Welcome to Let's Talk Jets Radio.
Mr. Primetime.
Debo to the Jets by the end of the night.
That'd be awesome. Happy
draft week.
Happy draft week. We're 2 days away. We finally made it. We made it through all this months of chaos and speculation and mock drafts and all the nonsense. We made it, man.
Can't do much more. Excited to be here.
Yeah, so before we get started, I got a couple things real quick. First, I want to thank Ian from Jet Central. I didn't know him at all, and I reached out to him, and we interviewed him yesterday. Super cool person. I had a blast talking to him. It's so weird because we don't know these guys. So it's like you reach out, you don't know how it's going to go. Will there be chemistry? Will it be awkward? Will it be silence? Will it just suck outright? And he was super cool, man. I want to thank him for coming on. I went on his show right after that, so appreciate that. And also, I went on Jake's show this morning, and I didn't know what to expect there either, dude. And did an hour with them, and it just flew by. And it's super appreciative of people having us on their show. And the most importantly, I appreciate everybody from our chat joining us, man. Like, I'm sitting on Jake's show today, and all of a sudden I'm watching the chat, and all of a sudden I see Robert Saleh show up, and Adam Gase, and Snoopy, and all these guys. So it was super cool, and truly appreciate all the support. And it's like one little happy community. It's just awesome, dude. Like, and just to see them all interacting, all this other stuff. So want to thank Jake. Want to thank Ian.
Shout out to you, man. Kicking ass with all these interviews. Well
I'm
done,
trying, man. And then also Lige Douzable too, man. Lige Douzable was super awesome, man. Everybody's just kind of like, they've been real easy to work with and willing to give their time and super flexible. So thank them, thank the chat. And then that was it. So, and I'm waiting for Afram. What Afram does now is he gives me recaps of my appearances. He gives like evaluations of my interviews. Yeah. He's like, oh, well, this was good. This was bad and everything else. So we'll see what happens with that. And then the one funny comment was the one guy's like, I've never seen you calm and not curse before and not like argue with your host. I'm like, well, I only argue with Primetime. I don't argue with nobody else.
We don't fight that much anymore.
Not anymore. But it was like, you didn't curse at all. I'm like, what do you mean? So what's up, everybody? This show is gonna be very simple. If you want to call in, we'll share the link and just give us your prediction, man. The first three picks, the Jets pick at 4, the Jets pick at 10, and then what happens in the second round. That's pretty much all we're going to do. Make it short and sweet. Like Primetime mentioned, the Deebo Samuel thing is heating up, and it's no surprise because the draft's 2 days away. And I think the 49ers realize that he doesn't want to be there anymore. He wants out. So
we got trade him. Do it now. Don't wait a year.
Yeah, that's it. So let's see what the chat has to offer us, and shout out to the Brooklyn Nets too, man. That was awesome. Appreciate watching that.
Sports life is good right now. Nets are out.
Yeah.
Rangers are trending. Nets 13-5. Life is good. See that comeback?
Yeah, I saw that. Well, the Yankees are playing decent baseball, even though Garrett Cole's cheating. But whatever. Random man, you're right. We love new viewers. So if you're first time want to call on, we welcome everybody. We have no bias here whatsoever. What's up, Balls? What's up, Charlie? How's everybody doing? Let's see. Primetime, are you nervous or is it just Trevor?
A little nervous about the draft. Feeling like shit tonight too, but get through it.
What's up, Ryan? Yeah, Snoopy, thank you for your support today, man. I appreciate it. Him and him and Trevor in the chat just going nuts, man. It was
That'd be too distracting. I wouldn't be able to watch it.
It was funny, man. It's interesting. And then people that don't know me, they were just like, oh, this guy's a clown. All he does is agree with the guy. And I'm like, oh, thanks, man. So
never gonna please everybody.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. What are you gonna do? That's what we got here. What's up, Vinny? What's up, Nick? Trying to say hello to everybody here. Don't miss anybody. Don't make anybody angry. Sam, Sam, you better worry about who the Panthers are drafting. That's you should.
Yeah, not good, man.
And what the hell's going to happen with Baker Mayfield now? That's what I want to know. You know what I mean? Because what are they going to do?
Not many options left. Yeah. Might have to sit for a year somewhere.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Ends up maybe in Seattle or something like that. I don't know. Congratulations, Carlos. That's awesome, man. A new Jet fan for life. New baby girl. So congratulations to you and your family, man. What's up,
Awesome.
Eric?
Congrats.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's see what we got. And so then, just in case you guys know, tomorrow we'll be live Thursday night, Friday night, and we'll figure out a time for Saturday too. I don't know how the hell we're gonna do that, but we'll figure out time to do that.
See a few comments also. Shout out to
Yeah, Bilal Powell as well, retiring as a Jet, which is awesome. May have a couple. Oh, I know I have one surprise for you guys next week. I'm working on a second one, so even after the draft, we got some surprises lined up here. So let's see if we can do that. Rizzo a 3-run home run. That's always a good thing. Yeah, man, I ain't sitting around waiting for people here. We gotta get going here. Snooze you lose around here. Let's see. So what we'll do is we'll go to callers. Really simple, man. Tell us the first 3 picks. Who your pick is at 4, your pick at 10, and then the second round, and we can just criticize you and chastise you, even though we don't know what the hell we're talking about. But before we do that, we must bring on the third amigo.
Yo, what's going on? First and foremost, man, your interview was amazing, Tyson. Really, really great content, bro. It was really good. So I'm in the presence of a celebrity, bro. So I just want to say thank you for having me on your show, man. Let's talk Jets, man. I'm just here, baby. I just want to be like you, Tyson, when I grow up.
But Tyron, the difference is, but you know how I go from today doing like a nice interview with Jake, but yesterday I had to go above and beyond and do film breakdown, and that's what I enjoy the most when you break down film, because we had to analyze your shotguns and the chat and our lovely subscribers, who we never asked for anybody to subscribe. We just let you guys subscribe on your own. They're debating it, man. They don't really think that you did it and you still owe at least one shotgun.
I mean, well, I have no more beer. I could take a shot or something. That'll work.
We can wait for the draft. I mean, you're here for the draft or something like that.
You know what? Draft night.
Has no beer.
Look, of course
it's draft week and you have no beer in your fridge.
I mean, bro, I don't do cans. So, but I'm gonna make sure I get a couple canned beers just so I can do 2 shotguns live on the stream Thursday, and I'll be there Friday.
That's what I'm saying. Now that's what we call teamwork right there. That's perfect.
I'm hit. Listen, man, I'm on a show with 2 celebrities, man. I'm just trying to get in where I fit in, bro. Like, you know what? I'm the third amigo. I'm the third guy with no date going out with you 2 guys and your ladies, man. That's how I feel right now, man. What kind of way going on?
Well, actually, Chris, Tyrone actually did make a video. He did it on Facebook Live, so he actually did make one.
Yeah, I did make one this week. I did, and it was actually a long one too. I wasn't even short with it, bro.
You could have tagged it and sent it to me. I could put it on YouTube.
Yeah,
but
I did my video. I did a video this week. I was like, yo, so I'm just saying. Yo, Tyrone will make up for what I did. Yeah, I took like 4 shots on the show that night, though, so I thought I was getting it. But at the end of the show, I was a little buzzed, so I was like, yo, got a little quiet.
Here's something. Tyson putting in the overtime. I'm ready for prime time and Tyrone to collab with somebody. I'm ready for it, too. Let's see you guys start reaching out and doing some things.
Listen, man, when you're Tyson, if you get those kind of connections, man, we don't even get phone calls, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? My man, Lucia Bar, he was just on Tyson was on the show, just like, yo, my guy. Like, I mean, that's how they do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, prime time, he on real Jet videos, man. Woody out there, tagging prime time and shit. Ain't nobody hit me up, bro. I'm just,
But see that right there, that's the wrong mindset. That's the difference. I don't sit and wait for people to come to me. I go out to them. So you could say, hey, I'm Tyrone from Let's Talk Jets Radio. Let's talk about some collaborations.
Well, can I get a couple more hours? We'll talk about it off the air.
Bro. I think right now, both you and Primetime should start a fund to keep me around. I don't know what's keeping me here at this point. Shit, you guys should start paying me.
Oh my goodness, yo, man. Hey, yo, you know what's so crazy is like I was walking around today and I had my Jets shirt on, and I had like 6 people walk up to me, man. Everybody had the same thing, bro. Like, what are we gonna do Thursday? And I was like, bro, this is our chance to turn this around, and I'm excited, man. Like, for the first time, man, we don't have a clue what Jody's gonna do. Like you don't even know what the top 3 picks gonna be. Like, you don't know who the consensus number 1 is. Like, this is gonna be crazy. Really exciting time, man. Really exciting time, man. Looking forward to this.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll go to the calls. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for all the feedback, man. I truly appreciate it. It's been awesome. So I see him wearing a new shirt, so we got to bring him on first because I think I know where you got that shirt from. Mr. Jobo, what's up, man?
What's going on, guys? Trusting
What's
the
up,
process for Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for
So
buying the
someone
shirt,
had
man.
to
I appreciate
represent.
that.
Yeah.
Hey,
What's up,
thank you
bro?
guys for doing what you do. You guys make a lot of us Jet fans very happy in our dark days with this team. So really appreciate what you guys do.
So wait, this
But,
question's gonna be twofold. We want to know what
Yeah.
your draft prediction is and what the Crickets' draft prediction is.
All right, the Crickets definitely have a take. So my take is going to be I've gone back and forth, but I've come to the consensus agreeing with, I think Tyrone's been the guy saying this, not taking a receiver at 10.
All right, we'll start with this. Who are the first 3 picks in the draft?
So starting with 4, I would
Starting
love
1,
to
2,
see
3.
Sauce. I would 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Okay, so I think that the Jags are going to end up taking a tackle, probably Aquanu. I think the Lions are going to take Hutchinson. And then number 3, I'm hoping that the Texans will take Thibodeau. And we'll be left with Sauce.
Okay.
And I'm hoping by some chance Jermaine Johnson falls to 10.
Okay.
Grab him at 10. And then I will be more than happy taking either Sky Moore, Jahan Dotson, or George Pickens with 35.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
I like it.
I would rather go with the guy like Sky Moore and Dotson, but because I think they were looking for a guy like that with Tyreek. But I just that's where I'm at now, with all these days going by. With there not being a consensus number 1 guy at the receiver position, it kind of puts me in a position to where you're more likely gonna get a decent receiver in the second round rather than getting that stud pass rusher in the second round. If Johnson is there at 10, I'm saying.
And then if he's not, then what? Then no pass rusher?
Yeah, maybe you pray to God
that's a hell of a plan, huh?
Pray that Ojabo. There's the light.
See, that's how bad your take is. Your take is so bad your lights went out.
Lights go out again, baby.
Yeah. But no, I mean, yeah. I think
so basically, in your world, you're taking a chance at receiver and pass rusher. You're hoping at pass rusher there at 10, and then you're willing to sit and wait in the second round for your receivers.
Yes, or I'd also be happy with taking a guy like Johnson at 4, and then I'd be fine with taking.
Hold on, we just gave you the whole timeout. We just asked for your prediction. You can't start waffling now. This is your draft prediction show. You can't say once you get some feedback, you gave like, oh no, I could change to Johnson at 4.
No,
what is your final selection at 4, man? Is it Gardner or Johnson?
I think it's going to go the 3 guys that I said, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to take Sauce.
All right,
I would.
And now you're going to pray that Johnson's there at 10.
Yes, and if he's not, then I'll take my receiver. You got a value, but I'm not going to reach on an edge guy if he's not there. I'll take the receiver, and then in the second round, I'll pray for Ojabo to fall, and then have him sit for a year.
An injured player.
Well, he is a stud, I think.
Primetime, you can share your thoughts, Megsy. You're shaking your head there, man.
No, just I wouldn't take a player coming off an injury like Ojabo. I think there's better pass rushers in this draft that you could get. And I probably wouldn't sit back at 35. In either scenario, whether you're looking for a receiver or pass rusher, I'm moving back into the first round with both 2s probably.
Yeah, ideally I would like to trade up, but if we're just saying picking at those picks, I would want to wait for a receiver in the second round. I would hope to God that Johnson's there at 10. You get two studs on the defense, and then you could pick a receiver at 35.
Just based on what they're saying, though, I'd be shocked if they take a corner at 4 right now. Every quote coming out of Douglas and Solid just seems like they value the trenches so much more.
Yeah.
So what is your final prediction? The final offer to get Deebo Samuel? Your final offer today. This is it. You're take it or leave it offer.
10 and 69.
Fair enough.
Nice.
That's all I would give him.
Jim, well, you got to cheer up, man. You look like you're stressed out, and you're like you got to brighten up, man.
I'm good. I just think that there's a good chance we're not going to get our receiver at 10. I think it could either go Sauce at 4, and edge at 10, or I think he could go an edge at 4, like Johnson or Thibodeau, and then we could take a guy like McDuffie at 10, who I also like. Played mostly in the zone scheme over at Washington. I think he'd be a nice get over there too.
Yeah, he's definitely moved up a lot of people's boards too.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny is that Lee J. Dooswell said the same exact thing. He thinks they're going to go offensive lineman at 4, and he thinks at 10 they're going to go pass rusher. And he said based on the depth of the wide receiver class, you could either get one in the second round or trade up for one. But he thinks that 10's too early for a receiver. That the talent's not big enough. There's not a great enough talent there to say, you know what, I want a number 10 pick. You can get him later on.
And I think Rex Hogan talking about I don't remember exactly what he said, but he was talking about like the receivers, and he brought up like the depth of receiver, and I don't know.
I've been saying the last couple of weeks. I think that you're trying, you can't go out here trying to force yourself to grab a guy just to grab a guy. I think that, you know what I'm saying, like in this draft right here, it's not a clear cut 1, 2, or 3, and the clear cut 1 is injured. Yeah, so I think that. But
there's a big drop between 10 and 35, man.
I mean, but Tyson, like, okay, if we're looking at it, that nature. We don't know how they had these guys ranked. I mean, Williams might be number 1 on everybody's board, and it might not be that big of a difference. I mean, Olave is a kid. I keep hearing people talking about how this kid, at the end of the day, could probably be the best receiver in this draft, and probably, you know what I'm saying?
But that's that's the flavor of the day. They're saying Olave, they say it's Pickens, then they say it's Watson. Like every day it changes. Like this is the best guy. This is the best guy.
You know who I really like? I think his pick is the kid from Georgia.
Yeah.
I just think that kid right there is going to be a steal for somebody, and I hope it's us. I just think this kid is going to be absolutely just fantastic, bro. He does it all, man. Size, high points the ball, hand catcher, decent speed, elusive, man. The kid.
That sounds like primetime to me.
You see, I think another thing that I've been kind of questioning is what type of receiver do you think LaFleur wants for his offense? Does he want a guy that he could easily scheme open and just give the ball to, or does he want a guy that Zach would love throwing to, like a guy like Pickens, like a guy like London?
But what do we need? But Jomo, what do we need though, receiver wise? I mean, we have Elijah, the guy who can scheme open. You got Davis, the kind of bigger guy. So we really need a guy. Exactly. We need a guy to take the top off. So we're saying we need a guy to take the top off, right? Out of those receivers, which one do you like the most prime time and taking the top off?
If you're just looking for that, it could be Olave.
Okay.
I think Sky Moore could be really good too.
Jameson Williams too.
How far would Olave fall back in this draft? Like you see him making the second round?
Oh, he won't make it past Green Bay.
Early 20s at the latest, I think, for him.
Nah, I mean, but hold on, Jomo. You still got London, you still got Burks, you still got Williams, you still got Wilson.
Burks, I can see falling in the second round.
You got a lot of these guys, man, that you got. But listen, we said we want Debo, right? It's not Burks to clone to Debo. I understand Debo has the body of work in the NFL, but isn't Burke game similar, very, very similar to Debo's, size-wise and everything else?
I'm not comparing those two.
No,
I don't know.
I'm just saying, if you listen, and we're sitting there looking at what we need to grab and stuff like that, and you're talking about getting a receiver and forcing yourself to grab a receiver, like to me, I've been saying this for weeks. I just don't think the depth. The distance is too far. I don't see one guy who really throw. Now Williams is probably the total package, and I think Wilson is close in there, and I like London, but I start seeing stuff on him. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, listen, if you're getting the 5th best receiver in this draft, I pick 35. How are you mad?
Yes.
When it's not.
I can get the number 1 at 10.
But Tyson, no. But the number 1 is hurt.
In your opinion, what if my number one? What if my number 1's not Jameson Williams?
Okay,
apparently
that's your number 1.
He's ahead of schedule also, they're saying.
Yeah, but I'm just as a prime time. Hold on. See, this is the contradiction. This is the BS you be doing sometimes. You guys you guys just told Jomo you didn't want the kid from Michigan because he's hurt, right? But you're willing to take a receiver who's ahead of.
There's more depth at the pass rushing position. Jameson Williams was the best receiver in this draft class by far.
But you're willing to take an injured receiver, but you won't take an injured pass rusher.
But there's a big difference. But you missed what Primetime said though. The injured receiver was arguably the best receiver in the draft coming into the draft.
Can I ask you a question?
The guy from Michigan was never considered that.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Was Hutchinson good before Olave stepped up? No, he wasn't. So you know what I mean. So listen.
So now you're saying Hutchinson's only a top 10 guy now, not a top 5 guy?
I've been saying that from day one. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been saying that from day one. I think the fact of the matter is that he gets a lot more
Craig
credit
Barton was
than
saying
he
the same
does.
thing.
But I watch old boy from Georgia manhandle this dude. Manhandle him, bro. Throw him around like he was a rag doll. So sometimes, like, listen, the thing that we want right now is we want somebody on the other side of Lawson, right? Why
Jeremy,
do
you
we
look bored,
want?
man. You're right.
Why do we?
Dude, there's so
Why
many
do we want
mosquitoes
that?
here.
Yo, we
I gotta
want the
go,
other
guys.
guy
I'll
on
listen to you
Lawson.
though.
All right, have a good one. Yo, we want the other guy
Crack
on
mosquitoes.
Lawson, so you can't double team Quentin and everyone else, right? That's what happens. So when you got like in Michigan, I think that when Hutchinson, when you have somebody on the other side and you're going to be accountable for, you can't send everything at him. Plus,
Yeah,
the
but
D
that could
tackles they
apply.
had in
That
there.
could apply to all these teams. So what are you
But,
gonna say?
Tyson.
N'Kobe Dean's a great player because he's on the best defense in college football.
Nah, the Kobe Dean is a great player. Just like
Was he not? Is he not surrounded by how many pro prospects he's surrounded by?
Yo, he's probably surrounded by
Oh.
5 guys that go in the top 2.
And then okay, so then you want to play this game? Then look at the Ohio State wide receivers. You have Olave and Garrett Wilson. I guess they probably feed off each other, right?
I mean, no, it's a different situation though, Tyson.
Seems like the
We're
same
talking
thing to
about-
me.
We're talking
If one
about
guy, if they're both really good, then get the other.
If a
Same
pass
thing.
rusher, listen, the biggest problem we've had with Quentin, and the reason haven't been able to really step up and do his thing is he gets double teamed, but people overlook that. Then they try to downplay it and play like, he's not doing his job. He's getting double teamed every fucking game. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So when you,
we got to go back to draft takes. This Quentin shit, dude, doesn't make any sense to me.
This a draft take, Tyson. Listen, if you have 4 guys on the line that you can't double team, that you have to account for on defense. Listen, when we play against the Jets, you don't account for a pass rush because we don't have one. Now, you know what I'm saying? So if you get a guy on the other side, say a Thibodeau, say a Johnson, you know what I'm saying? Even a Hutchinson, with Lawson on the other side, with Quentin and the other guys, now every guy's accountable. You account for every guy. That's all I'm saying, man. So getting a pass rusher, which I don't think we just take one. I mean, I hope we take 2. To be honest with
We
you.
all agree about taking a pass rusher. I have no problem. I've been saying I want one at 4 for 6 months now. I have no problem with it. Our argument was about you brought up Hutchinson, his performance, and having a guy on the other side. Every pass rusher needs assistance. You need good defensive line play in the middle on the other side. You need a lot of different things and a good scheme, a good coach. All these, it's a variety of things. So, I mean, I agree with it, but I mean, to say I'm not discounting Hutchinson at all. I think he's a very, very good player.
No, he's a good player. I'm just saying that, to say he's not a young. You know what I'm saying? He's not a Gary.
Nobody is that, but Tyron, that's the whole problem with this entire draft class.
Exactly, Tyson.
There's no Bosa. There's no Chase Young. There's none of these guys. The top 10 is you pick your flavor of the day and you stake your name to it and say, this is my guy. This is my best player. But right now, there's no slam dunk guy. There's no franchise guy anybody agrees about right now.
Let me ask you a question, right? How many people are going to get fired because of the picks in this draft right here? You know what I mean? Like this is crazy. Like you could overall take old boy Walker at 1, right? And lose your job in 2 years because he might not be anything.
But dude, let's be honest, dude. Joe Douglas is on a hot seat here too, man. He's got 2 picks in the top 10. You can't blow these either. So we're gonna go back to our callers though. So hold on, we're gonna bring on Bubs. Bubs, what's up, man?
What's up, big dog?
I was just thinking, we're all like going crazy and just thank the football gods that we don't have to draft a quarterback this year. Because the quarterback class is completely even more unpredictable.
We'd be arguing about Pickett right now.
Joe Flacco. We started Joe Flacco for the season.
Malik Wilson.
Trade for Baker Mayfield.
So, Bubs, here's how we're gonna do it. Say your top 3 picks, 1, 2, and 3. Who the Jets are gonna take at 4, and who the Jets are gonna take at 10.
Okay. So personally, I think number 1 is probably going to be either I botch his last name every time. Yakunwe, I think his name. I botch it every time. Equano. Or Hutchinson, but I'd say Equano.
What is the or? This is prediction night, man. You got to stake your name to how it's going to work.
I'm going to say
you got
Equano.
Hutchinson dropping a 4?
What?
You got Hutchinson dropping a 4?
No, Equano 1.
I thought you said Equano or Hutchinson. Okay.
No, yeah, Quanu 1, I could see the Jaguars giving Lawrence protection. 2, I could see Hutchinson to Lions. And then 3, I could see Evan Neal going to the Texans, although possibly with them, they could take defense too. But I'm going to go be optimistic and say Neal to the Texans and go with Jets 4 would be. Personally, I think I would want Thibodeau. I'm going to go with Thibodeau at 4.
Okay.
10, I'm okay with a receiver. Jameson Williams, if the Jets believe everything checks out okay with his health and his knee, I'm okay with taking Jameson Williams. Obviously, the dream scenario would be find a way to get Deebo Samuel, but I'm okay with Jameson Williams at 10 if everything with his knee is okay and the Jets believe that it's not going to be something that's going to affect him long term. And then 30, and then second round, I've seen a couple. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, but maybe if Nakobe Dean from Georgia drops, I've seen a couple mock drafts where he possibly could drop. So if he drops, I'd take Nakobe Dean, linebacker from Georgia.
At
would
35?
be a nice piece. Yeah.
Okay.
But if number 10, if they don't feel good enough with the receiver, I'm okay with trading back because you can even go second round, Christian Watson.
This is your prediction. Man. You're telling us what you're predicting.
North Tennessee. Yeah, I'm going to go Thibodeau, Williams.
Waffling.
Yeah. Thibodeau, Williams, and then Nakobe Dean if he drops.
What about 38?
38, I could see corner. I know the one guy from Florida, Kyrie Elam, I think his name was. I've heard some things a couple positive things about him. I mean, I don't know so much about him, but if you obviously pass up on a quarterback at 4, corner at 4, not taking Sauce, you could take corner at 38.
Okay. So then what is your final trade offer to the 49ers for Deebo Samuel?
I'm willing to give up 10 and then 10 and either 69 or try the Tyreek package. See what happens. I saw a mock trade earlier that had Elijah Moore in the deal. And I'm like, I'm not doing that.
There was some stupid shit out there right now. And the thing is, there's people right now that are content creators, not us, but like website owners, that this is their peak time to get as many clicks as humanly possible for the next 3 days. So they're throwing as much bullshit as against the wall to have people click on it. Because we see something really stupid. What do? We click on it because we want to mock it, and they get paid for that. So that's what they're doing, man.
I would not deal with Elijah Moore.
So thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Yep.
Have a good night, man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Have a good night, man.
All right. And just so you guys know, we will be live during Thursday and Friday night, so you can join the chaos. We can't guarantee a lot of analysis, maybe some from Tyrone, but I'm just going to drink and have a good time. So we're just going to,
Hey, listen, I'm going to be honest with you, man. If it goes left and forward, man, I'll probably get kicked
There's
off
all
the
sorts of
podcast.
Deebo rumors going on right now on Twitter.
Yeah,
is there?
I know, bro. It's crazy. But but listen, man, it has to be the day of tomorrow, right?
Yep, has to be.
It has to be, man. I mean, there's no way you can do it.
It won't drag on until Thursday, I don't think.
No, it can't. It's impossible.
Well, I think to me, it's twofold though, isn't it? You got to get the trade compensation figured out, and then the Jets need to be able to negotiate a contract with him because he can't.
That's why
you're not going to trade for him. He says, you know what, I'm not going to sign a new deal here. Then we ain't fucking trading for you.
No.
If they were willing to pay Tyreek Hill, they'd be willing to pay Deebo Samuel. I would think something similar. I can't imagine that would be.
Yeah, but okay, so just say in theory they were willing to say. Let me address this real quick too. Jet fans are funny, man, because when Tony Pauline writes anything somewhat negative about the Jets, Tony Pauline doesn't know shit. Fuck that guy. He's an idiot. Tony Pauline writes something you guys all like. Now you love him and you source him as a source. The hypocrisy of Tony Pauline, I think, is hysterical. But anyway, it is. It's so hypocritical.
Is that not true for any beat reporter that covers the team, though?
Him more than anybody. He gets attacked more than anybody with the Jets. But the thing with Tyreek Hill, say they were going to give him $26 million a year. The Jets are like, we're cool with that. What if Deebo says, you know what? I want $30 million a year. And the Jets are like, you know what? That's way out of our ballpark. We don't want to pay that to him. Then what?
They were willing to pay 26. I can't imagine they wouldn't be willing to pay 30. But I think for Deebo also to turn that down, he's got to have a similar offer from somebody else, no?
But I'm just saying, if the Jets have a budget, they say, listen, we're willing to make you one of the top paid receivers in the NFL. We're not going to make you $30 million a year. I'm just in theory. What if he's $2 or $3 million a year more than they were accounting for?
Yeah.
Did they say, you know what?
$2 or $3 million a year difference?
I mean, but listen,
you never know, man.
26 and 30 is another player. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly
listen,
right.
That's why I said it has to get done either today or tomorrow because there's no way with this many moving pieces. You know what I'm saying? You can have, then they might announce it on draft day. I can see something like that happening, but there's no way, man.
It's got to happen by tomorrow, dude.
Exactly.
Tomorrow night,
Thursday morning. Moving factors, bro. Because his contract alone has to be negotiated, bro. And you know, Joe D ain't one of those guys that's going to be like, look, I'm going to give you $30 million just because you say you want it. He's not doing that shit, bro. So it's going to be favorable for us.
We're gonna go to Alan. Alan, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? First of all, I love your show. Just discovered you. I moved down to Charlotte about 4 years ago, so
Oh, nice.
I know you guys came to the opening game, so it was awesome down here with all the Jet fans.
Yes, sir.
We had a blast, man.
It's different down here being a New Yorker, but there's so many New Yorkers who've moved down here. It's unbelievable.
No, it's definitely a good time.
As far as the top 3 picks, I think Ekwonu goes 1. I've actually met him a couple of times. He lives about 5 minutes away from me. One of the nicest kids you've ever met. A guy who could have gone to Harvard or Yale, if you guys knew that. I'd love him on the Jets. I know that it would be adding him and Becton and Fant would cause a stir with the Jet fans, but I think he's going to be an unbelievable player. I think Hutch goes to Detroit. I think Sauce goes 3 to Houston. What I worry about with 4 is I would take KT, but I keep on reading JJ, and I just don't see him as a number 4 pick. I don't think he's worth it. And I know he's 20. He's going to be 23 years old. He had a one good year at Florida State. I remember watching him on Last Chance U. I feel like he's a guy who they're going to reach for. And maybe their personalities mesh, but I would take KT. I think KT is the best player out of the 4. I wouldn't, as you guys said, I wouldn't touch Trayvon Walker at 4.
But would you now? They saw Jermaine Johnson firsthand at the Senior Bowl, didn't they?
I was about to ask the same question. Yeah, so
I agree, but look at the offensive tackles he went. I mean, he beat up on Penning. I mean, he was okay against Ekwonu. I saw the game when Florida State played NC State. I just don't think JJ. I think JJ is a good fit at 10. I just think it's a reach at 4. And I think they might take him at 4. I keep on reading stuff that they favor him over KT, and I know it's a lot of last minute
mirrors,
rumors and all that.
Mirrors,
yes, but I would take KT at 4.
I'll tell you what, man. Lee Douzable absolutely loves Jermaine Johnson. Loves him.
Yeah,
he spoke glowingly about him.
He's a fantastic kid. He's a great interview. I just don't think he's worth that pick.
I think what people are saying about him, though, I think that one, he can set the edge, and also I think that the kid has the higher ceiling because he hasn't reached it yet. I think that with the other players that they've shown and they know what they can do, they're going to be good players. But to have a player that can really come in and start dominating, once they're taught and able to learn. But the one thing I will say is this, though, like they had him at the Senior Bowl, and I think that to me, if they take him at 4. It was something they saw in the way that he worked, or he's coachable, or they understand the tangibles of this kid. Like, look, if we show this kid how to move his hand and add a spin or something like that, this kid could be a monster. Then also you have a guy like Lawson on the same thing. He might be somebody who matches Lawson's kind of, kind of play. So they're looking at him like, okay, this guy's quick off the edge, nice bend, dip a shoulder, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So if they take him at 4, which listen, I don't want. I mean, if we take him at 4, Jet, I'm gonna love him. But what I'm saying? I mean, that would be my pick at 4. You know what I'm saying? Everyone wants Thibodeau, and I want Thibodeau as well. I just think his first step off the end, he's explosive, he's just fast. I think he fits what we're trying to do. But if they take Johnson over Thibodeau, then you know why. You know what I mean?
So you want to hear the rumor? The rumor is a league executive told Tony Pauline Jets will get Deebo Samuel. That number 10 pick belongs to San Francisco. He goes, the rumors tonight, they have told Deebo he can seek a trade. Thought around league is Jets will make an offer they can't refuse.
The deal I would make for Deebo is I would trade 10 for Deebo and 93. I want the 93.
I'm giving you 10.
93. I want the 93. 10. No, I want the 93 back from San Francisco.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
Sign me up for that, man.
Because that would equal the 13th pick. Yep. So it would be 10 for Deebo and 93. As far as 10 is concerned, I would take Jameson Williams. I think he has the highest upside. I know it's a risk, but you got to take talent, and he'd be the only guy I would take at 10 as a receiver. Yeah. And the one trade I would make is I'm a huge Iowa fan. I would move up from 35 to get Linderbaum. I would take him in the end of the first round. I would cut Connor McGovern. And I know I've been reading this lately. I would take that money, and I would make the trade with Chicago, and I would go get Robert Quinn. And I'd take Robert Quinn, who has 3 years left on his deal. Had 17 sacks this year. I know they're looking to trade him. I know he's a veteran, and he's a guy that can wreak havoc on quarterbacks.
How many pass rushers do you want? Because then you have Lawson, then you have your guy you're taking at 4, plus you have all these other guys. But
I would take. I worry about Lawson. Lawson has been injured throughout his career. I would rather get a sure guy. I worry about Lawson.
So, but going back to your move about, listen, I like the idea of getting Linderbaum a lot because I want to get an anchor for Zach Wilson, like your anchor your offensive line. But why would you cut McGovern? I'd keep McGovern as your insurance policy, your depth. You can play guard. You keep him there as a quality player. I wouldn't get rid of him. He's
making $10 million this year. You cut him. You save.
Actually, it's eight and a half, bro. It's not even 10.
You save about $8.5 million by cutting.
What if you get in the camp and Linderbaum's not ready to start? Yeah. Then what? You're going to throw Zach Wilson to the wolves while this kid's trying to learn on the fly?
I think Linderbaum is ready to play right away. I've seen him for the last 4 years.
No way would I take that chance.
I love the kid.
I can love him all I want. I wouldn't be cutting McGovern though. He'd still be on the roster though. I'd make Linderbaum beat him out for the job.
And as far as the Deebo Samuel trade is, I would not trade the 2 seconds. I would rather trade the 10 because I think the 2 seconds are extremely valuable. And those are picks that teams will covet. It allows us to move up into the first round for a guy like Dean or Linderbaum. I would rather trade the 10 because I know you want to draft a receiver at 10. Why not just give up the 10 and get the 93 back, which would equal 13? That's the deal I would make. I would not give up 10 and 35 or 10 and 69. They're desperate right now, San Francisco. He wants out of there. And I think if you give him 10 and get the 93 back, that's the deal I would make.
No, I completely agree.
I want to say something real quick. And if we don't take Linderbaum, you know what? Listen, if the kid, what's his name, Zion Johnson, is that right? Primetime Zion Johnson?
Yeah, the guy from Boston College.
Yes, sir. If that kid is there at 35 or 38,
no chance.
No, I'm just saying, if he is, let's hope he is. If he's there, I can see Jody taking him and moving him at center. I know at the Senior Bowl, they're working him at center. That kid right there was still McGovern's job in the heartbeat. I
love Zion Johnson. I think he's going mid-20s. I think, and as far as one final take, as far as the receivers are concerned, I think 6 receivers will go in the top 20. I really do. I think there's so many teams that need receivers. I think Jamison will go top 20. I think London will go top 20. I think Wilson will go. I think Burks will go. I think Olave will go. And I think Dotson will go. I think all 6 of those guys will go top 20. Who's the
best guy out of all 6 of those?
I would take Jameson. Jameson Williams is the best player.
I think Williams out of the equation. Who else do you feel?
I would take London as my second guy.
Why you take him out of the equation?
I mean, it's hard to take him out of the equation, but I would take London.
It's because Tyron doesn't want him. That's why.
I think Garrett
just wanted a different perspective. That's all I wanted to see. What you like. That's all. I got you.
And I think Garrett Wilson is too much alike Elijah Moore. I would rather have a 50-50 guy like a Drake London. If they can't make the Deebo deal, that's the player I would get. But I think 10 for Deebo and 93 is the best deal I would offer.
Alan, thanks for calling in, man. This was a phenomenal call, man. We appreciate you calling in.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
Hi, brother. Have a good one. That was a great call, man.
He could be our draft expert. Shit,
yes, sir. Let's put his ass in there. Yes, sir. Give me that 93, baby. I thought he would. I was like, oh, we got 93. Yo, good guy. Yes, sir.
So now this, if you go on Twitter right now, it is a complete mess with Jet fans talking about Deebo Samuel. So this is gonna be an all-night thing now. So, oof. Gonna be interesting.
Get it done, Joe D. Get it done.
That would be
get it done, Joe D.
It's like a franchise-changing move, dude. It is. Sir. It changes so many things for them.
And getting a pass rusher at 4?
That's the thing. Because there's nobody giving more value than number 10 pick. They're not. Nobody's offering a package more. There's nobody offering better than that.
What they're giving you, there's nothing you can get better than number 10 pick in the draft.
Nope,
knowing you don't have a first round pick and knowing what you need. There's no way, bro. There's no way. You can't beat that offer.
No, I agree. So
Primetime went quiet on us over there doing homework.
He's reading. What's up?
I'm ready for this happen right now.
What's up?
Let's go. What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
How you guys doing?
Good, man. How you?
I'm getting ready for this draft. I can't freaking wait.
Your microphone sounds like shit, man.
I just got a new computer, so it's probably that's how good this computer is.
Move your microphone on your headset. Is it a headset right there?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just take it out. Just
That's better. It sounds better like that.
Better? All right, cool.
Yeah.
So I got Hutchinson going first. I got Walker going second.
Unplug the headset, man. You feel it? Sounds like a wrestling match over there. Now we probably can't hear him, right? No, now he's muted. All right, let's unmute him. Nope, he's like.
It's all Altoon's fault.
I don't know what's going on with my mic these days.
Now you got it. That's
good,
much better, man.
Good, bro.
This is wait. This is perfect. Sneakers to mute.
Dude, 2 weeks in a row. I can't get it right. I mean, I know an Altoon joke's gonna be coming soon, so hopefully we can get at least a nice tight end like Altoon.
So what you got, man? What you were saying? Your picks, or what you were saying?
I got Hutchinson, Walker, and then Texans go Ecom, and then we go KT. And then at
wait, what was it? Wait, so do it again. Who went one?
Hutchinson, then Walker, then Ecom, then we get KT.
Okay.
And then I'm actually looking to trade down from 10, depending if we get Debo or not. I'm actually on the Tyrone train. I think that we can cover a receiver later in the first round, even not in the second. So I know Steelers, if they're getting pressure with the quarterback and maybe draft come up to 10 to get Malik Willis, then we take maybe Nakobe Dean at 20, and then trade back up to the first and get like Jahan Dotson before the receivers run, because there's so many teams on the back end that need a lot of receivers, like Green Bay, the Chiefs, a number of teams. Well, Atlanta might be going Jameson Williams at 8. But,
absolutely.
So,
but wouldn't it surprise you though? Like, listen, I know everyone's saying all these teams need receivers and stuff like that, but wouldn't it be crazy if like a team like Atlanta or a team like maybe like Green Bay go in a different direction? If you notice with Green Bay, man, they've never taken number one receiver in the first round, ever, and all the guys they've had are all like second round picks. That's crazy, right? They've never taken one in the first round. Just want to put that out there, man. I saw that earlier today. I was like, wow. So never. So.
And then if we want to go down, let's history. How many receivers have the Jets taken in the second round? How many panned out?
Well, Stephen Hill was my favorite receiver, man. That guy was amazing, man. He didn't give him a chance, bro. He get the ball, man. He couldn't catch. He hurt his hands, bro. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully Elijah Moore breaks that curse, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's go.
And that's the thing too, is that I don't get the whole like new shiny toy thing. I get it that we need a receiver, but Elijah Moore was supposed to be the Giants pick, but they just completely fucked that up. Like Dave Gettleman drafted Kadarius Toney. Like that was just a screw up pick. So
he's on his trading block.
It's after 1 year. So
God, aren't you glad that and I know this is being Jeff, and I know you guys really understand and appreciate this. Aren't you glad that Joe D's getting guys with more character and not character issues? You know what I'm saying?
Well, talk to me on Monday.
You know what I'm
let's
saying?
Let's get through this draft class before we start having out bouquets at Joe Douglas. He's got a monumental tree on his. He's got a monumental tree. He's got to go down right now, and a huge draft in front of him. So before I start patting him on the back and give him a statue, let's talk. Let's get through this weekend first.
Could you imagine having Tony over Elijah Moore, bro? Going through the shit that they're going through with the Giants, bro? Like,
so bro. Sneakers to boots. What's your best offer for Debo?
I'm cool with trading the 10th pick. Otherwise, I would like to trade down. But I'd like to at least get something back for the later rounds like that.
What did you just do? Did you just spin all over the place again?
Oh man.
Did you just? What the hell just happened?
Yo, Tyler, you owe 2 canned shotguns next time. And
you just sprayed everywhere. Prime time. Did you see that?
It's too much yakking.
I saw the end of it.
He did. It was like an explosion.
I got the ice in the middle of this, man. This Long Island, bro. It's
like, they're not ice.
What in the hell is going on? This is 2 weeks in a row.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, Tyrone, I know he's not here, but just so you know, like the cans are the best for the shotguns because it gets air in it, so at least guzzles down your throat.
We got to give him like a sippy cup or something over there. We got to or put like plastic around him or something.
We got to be held to a higher standard than this.
Just look at everybody. And now prime time. You got to note it at 8:45. Write it down. 8:45. I got to do another video recap here. I got to do more film work now.
I think Tyrone would even have to do an analysis on himself after this one. Come on.
This is just Tyrone drowning on his own takes. And he's still choking in the background. You hear him?
Yeah, here. Awful.
So now the question is, everybody's agreeing that they want to give up number 10. What if they want more? What if they want a second round pick next year? Would you do it?
No, because there's so many receivers, especially the past couple drafts, where the middle round guys, the second to third, even fourth round guys are starting to pan out. Like Debo was the second, Devontae Adams was a third, like Tyreek Hill got drafted late. Obviously, there were some other issues besides his talent at that point, but there's a lot of hidden gems within the second and third round. And what caught my eye when Joe Douglas was, Rex Hogan was doing his press conference, he said there's a lot of parity, which is insinuating that there's a lot of the same or a lot of similar talent. And they also said multiple times that they value the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be defensive line, whether it be edge or even maybe interior, like the second or third round. I wouldn't be surprised. And then also offensive line.
So primetime, what would you do if they said number 10 pick this year and your second or third round pick next year?
Absolutely. I would do it. You're holding on to both number 2s this year and you're just giving up number 10.
And then second round pick next year. But we could figure a way to get that back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tyrone, what about you?
Yeah, I would definitely do a second and third round next year. As long as I have to give up this year, I think this year is more important. So I definitely think give them the 10. See you next year. Give them a third, second, whatever they want.
Tyrone's like, I'll give them whatever they want. Okay with it.
No, I mean, listen. I don't want to give up. Listen, I don't want to give up 10 and 35 or 10 and 38 or 10 and 69. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that this year.
Because then you got to pay him too, right? And he's going to want probably like 24, 25 million.
I got to give you the number 10, the number 69, or number 38, and I got to give him 25 million. Damn, anything else you need me to do? I mean, that's a lot, bro. No. I give you number 10.
You got plenty of money. We'll be fine.
So sneakers and boots. The more important question is your expert, with your expert analysis, would you rather give Tyrone a sippy cup or should we put plastic around him?
I mean, I kind of want a cup because he might spill it on himself. He might not tighten
choking on shit.
He might not tighten the lid all the way.
What the hell is that iced tea you're drinking?
No, that's
Long Island iced tea?
Long Island iced tea. Yes, sir.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Not a Nest tea, though.
Less like that?
Bro, listen, I have a long week, bro. So, long week. So, we'll leave it at that.
I do just want to say that Joe Douglas and other teams as well, like they also have picks that are maybe valued up to like the first round for the top 15 picks. Not everybody's going to be within the first round of these for all these teams. So, there's going to be people that fall in, especially in a draft where there's not top tier talent like there has been in the past, like Jamar Chase and other drafts. So it's going to be interesting from all around the NFL because there's people who are going to reach and there's people who are just going to wait, like Joe D did last year with Elijah Moore, and you saw Robert Saleh just freaking out, like just couldn't believe that he was sitting there. So it's going to be interesting.
No, this can be it's probably be the strangest draft we've ever seen because there's so much uncertainty from top to bottom. Nobody has any idea about the top 10 picks.
Nobody knows.
Thanks for calling in, man. Thank you for letting Tyrone spit all over the place. We appreciate it.
Tyrone, you get a talk radio sippy cup.
Yes, sir, man. Got you, bro. We
got those made sippy cups. Let's talk Jets. Joe, I'm not scared of you, bro. Let's bring on your shitty takes. We'll go at it. No problem, my friend. Tonight. You thought I was scared of you last week. And Kevin doesn't make me do anything, bro. I will bring you on myself and listen to your nonsense. No problem with that whatsoever. I've been doing it for the last 2 months. It will not be a problem today.
We need a little chaos today.
The last 3 times, if we can go back down history, the last 3 times somebody's actually called me out. How did it go, Primetime, when they actually came on? I remember the rapper did it the one time. It doesn't work out well.
It doesn't go very well.
He's been calling you out like for real the last couple of weeks. Like the end of the show last week.
Well, the first thing is he's got to come on and just be just coherent. Speak in good sentences, get the shit out right, stay in one thought, not go all over the place. Don't get distracted by the chat. We'll take care of him. It'll be fine.
Yo, just bring him on, man. Bring him on, Joe.
We got other people ahead of him, but now he's got to wait, dude. You got to wait in line. We have a guest from Australia we got to get on first. Fuck that. What's up, man?
What's going on, big dog?
Hello, gentlemen. Tyson, how are we?
You're looking all professional, man.
Yes.
He's got his own show now.
That's what I am. Well, you've heard all the other draft analysis, and now I've come on to give you the best analysis ever. Zach Wilson's a bust, talking about, Jesus swearing on a golf course. That sort of stuff's unacceptable. Like unacceptable. I think that Joe and Salah have to be fired for choosing him last year. Obviously, their background check wasn't good enough. So
Would he back in charge?
Yeah.
Let him run things?
No, I reckon he should just get a sock puppet. Look, let's just have a sock puppet, and he could.
So that's what Chris Johnson.
No, I'm only joking. It's obviously silly season. People going crazy. The takes are nonsensical. But before I go on, I've got a bone to pick. Obviously, I've just come back on Twitter. I've tweeted all you guys except Tyrone. You've all ignored me now. Obviously, Tyson has been off around the country doing his podcast circuit, so he's obviously too busy. His PR team needs to be a bit more aware and follow me on Twitter. But Primetime, you've got no excuse. Tyrone, you've got no excuse. So I take that as a personal affront, and I'm quite offended by it. But other than that, life's good. I just recovered from COVID. I had COVID last week. And yeah, I'm still looking to see what the Browns are going to do with the best quarterback in the NFL, Baker Mayfield.
Wait, so you tweeted us and we didn't respond? I'm looking at it right now. I don't got anything from you, I don't think.
I thought we were friends on Facebook,
I tweeted you last night at about 2 o'clock in the morning, my time.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. You're not getting a response then.
Wait, what was it?
No, 2 o'clock in the morning, my time is like 8 o'clock at night, your time.
Okay.
I'm going to go through this now. I'm going to make sure you call us.
I'm a day ahead. I'm a day ahead. So actually, when the draft's on for you guys, I already know what's happened because I'm a day ahead.
Oh, the D-Lead show. Oh, we got our own show now. That's what it is.
No.
That's why. Now we're putting it all together.
No,
the Darren Lee. Oh.
I don't have.
Oh, did he freeze up? Now he's frozen.
I don't see anything from him.
Yeah,
I got it.
I thought we were cool on Twitter though, man.
No, I got it right here. It's the D-Lead show. And then he said, "Oh no, Zach has gone upset the Mormons, career over." That's because the TikTok video that came out.
Oh.
I see it now. Yeah. All right, we'll go to the next one. Got him?
I had no idea that was him. All I saw was the show.
Yeah.
Yep, we're gonna bring on Luca. What's up, man?
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on?
Happy draft week.
What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
Doing all right. As for these Debo rumors, I'm just waiting and seeing. I'm not like overreacting because personally, even if it's something I like hearing, I don't trust Tony Pauline. He actually blocked me on Twitter because I called out his sources, unbelievably so. So I'm waiting and seeing with Debo Samuel. But if the Jets land Thibodeau and Debo Samuel in the same night, I'm gonna have to. Someone's gonna have to put some. Somebody's gonna have to spike my lemonade when I go to a Saks draft party in Bay Ridge, I will absolutely go nuts.
So what would you give up to get Debo Samuel?
I could see why people want to give up 10. I could see why people want to give up the Tyreek Hill package. Now, for 10, the Jets, everybody's predicting they're going to draft wide receiver. And as for the 38, 39 stuff, the second round picks, whatever, you don't want to. Tyreek Hill's a better receiver than Samuel, so I could justify, doing the Tyreek Hill package because that was accepted. And I
Debo's
think
also younger.
That's true. But it's kind of be weird to give up more for Samuel, in my opinion, than Tyreek Hill. But if you're just trading 10 alone and maybe you get like one pick back, whatever works in my opinion.
Okay. So assuming they don't get Debo Samuel, give us the first 3 picks in the draft. We'll start with that.
Number 1 overall, Jaguars will take Ike Ekwonu. I think Doug Peterson will have a very strong influence, and I think he's going to go offensive side of the ball. Number 2, I'm thinking the Lions are going Aiden Hutchinson. Number 3, I don't think the Texans will be dumb enough to take Kyle Hamilton at 3. Speaking of all the safeties that'll be available in the middle round, so I'm thinking they could either go Evan Neal or Kayvon Thibodeau, but I'm going to say Kayvon Thibodeau because I don't think Charles Cross will be the only available offensive lineman that is projected to go in the top 10. So I'm going to go Kayvon Thibodeau, number 3. Number 4 creates an interesting scenario because I obviously said that 2 edge rushers are off the board. Ekwonu's off the board. I don't want the Jets drafting Neal, but I think they go Jermaine Johnson, in my opinion, and then they could go Garrett Wilson at 10. That's how I see it. They're going to go with the safe pick, in my opinion, Garrett Wilson at 10. I like Garrett Wilson. Personally, I prefer Jameson Williams.
So, okay, but tell us why you like Jermaine Johnson.
Jermaine Johnson, to me, fills a need. Now, everybody wants Sauce Gardner. I agree. I like Sauce Gardner as well. But if you look at Salah's track record, he doesn't really select corners in the first round. That's more of like, the back end rounds. Look at what he did last year. Michael Carter, fourth or fifth round guy. He's your starting slot corner. Brandon Eccles, key depth.
But I agree with you on your take about what Salah did in the past and how they're using the pieces in the secondary. But some may say that Jermaine Johnson at 4 is a reach. Are you getting your best value you can at 4? Or you're saying, he could be a little bit of a project. He won't be available at 10. We really want him. Is he your guy that you have to take there? Is that what you're looking at or no?
Unfortunately, he might be that guy for me because I'm sorry, I can't justify picking an offensive lineman in the first round. And I had to hear Joe Beningo on the Jets Lounge today. He actually made an appearance, and he said, "You know what? I don't like Mekhi Becton. I don't trust him. This and that. I'm taking Ikem Ekwonu wherever Neil." I'm like, "You got to be kidding me!" And then he's like,
"Takes are just old, man."
And then he's like, "You know what? I'll trade back into the first round to get Tyler Linderbaum." I'm like, "Where's his role on the team?" Again, we have 5 capable starters. There's no reason to draft offensive line in the first round anymore. You want to go depth, that's fine. I just don't see the reason. Now, if we didn't sign Laken Tomlinson or any offensive lineman in free agency, you could go Ekwonu and make him move to guard. But I just don't see the reason for offensive linemen.
Did you hear what Joe Douglas said a few days ago, though, when he talked with the media?
BPA? Best player available.
He gave like the whole Ozzie Newsome quote, a need today or a luxury today is a necessity tomorrow. You're always planning for 23 and 24. So I just think he has his mind, towards the future, not just for now. And so, yes, you might have 5 offensive linemen right now, but if there's a best player available, I don't think he's going to shy away from that. I think that's just his mindset.
But I think you have a point. Look, I mean, listen, it's hard to sit here and want to take a tackle when you don't need one. I mean, I understand you might need one in the future, but you might need a quarterback in the future. You don't know what you're going to need in the future. I mean, if you're trying to help your young quarterback right now, you know what I'm saying? It makes logical sense.
That's where you get into trouble as a GM when you start getting away from your board and focusing on.
I mean, you can get away from your. But if you're taking a tackle, that's eventually you see something as that being a need later on down the road, correct? Same thing. Listen, if you're going to get a development guy in the 3rd round, 4th round, I have no problem with that. But to waste our first 2 picks, man, on taking a tackle, that's crazy, man. I don't think that makes any sense in no way, shape, fashion, or form. It just doesn't.
Yeah, me neither.
If you would have took the kid from San Francisco, I can understand you doing that, like my man Lucas just said, and moving him to guard. Fine with that. But you're going to take him back in, you're going to have Fant. It makes no logical sense. You're not going to move AVT, and you're not going to move my man from San Francisco. So basically, he's going to sit on the bench, right?
Yep.
He's not going to beat out Fenton, and he has a chance to beat out Becton. And if he beats out Becton, then you have a bigger issue there than you can imagine anyway, unless you're going to trade somebody. But why would you draft a guy with the number 4 pick and draft a son on the bench? That makes no sense.
So then, Luka, you're going wide receiver 10. How are you ranking your receivers as the best? That would be the best available there.
Number 1 would be Jamison Williams. Number 2 would be Garrett Wilson. Number 3, I think, in my opinion, would be Drake London. Then you get into, I think, receivers that would be best fit for a trade back scenario where you go into Chris Olave, Treylon Burks, Jahan Dotson, which would be really back into the first round, Christian Watson, who could go late first, early second. So that's how I would go there. But let me ask you that. I'm sorry to interrupt.
One more question. So one thing I kept thinking about is, and I love the potential of Jamison Williams. I love it. So if you say, you know what, we want to take a shot at 10 with one of your 2nd round picks, you say, you know what, we got to go get a Watson or somebody else, get a 2nd wide receiver there to kind of be like your insurance policy, like your contingency plan in case Jamison Williams can't play this year to full capacity.
Absolutely. I would absolutely do that. Even for edge rusher, because Carl Lawson's coming off a ruptured Achilles, I'm doing double dip with the edge rusher position. That's my opinion. Yeah. But one more question for you guys is, let's just say we trade for Debo without the 10th pick. Do you guys, feel comfortable with drafting Jamison Williams, and then, maybe if Corey Davis doesn't work out this year, you cut him, and then you have Jamison Williams next year. You have Elijah Moore, and you have Debo Samuel. That would be.
I'd be so drunk I wouldn't be able to see the draft.
Yes, absolutely.
I wouldn't hate it, but if you're going to sit there and lecture me about a luxury of riches and you're taking Jamison Williams after you just traded for Debo, I mean.
Hey, listen.
That's one I could agree on. Because you're also reserving the future long-term health of his knee. you're not having him to demand.
That'd be right. That's right in prime time's wheelhouse. You're not drafting for now. You're drafting for the future. There it is.
Yep.
Right, prime time.
I wouldn't hate it. I'm all about weapons. I wouldn't hate it, but
could you imagine? Can you imagine a draft where you walk away with Deebo Samuel and friggin' Jameson Williams?
Could you imagine a season with him, Elijah Moore, and Deebo on the field at the same time, bro? With the two tight ends we got, man, I'm crying, bro. I promise you, I am crying. I'm in full tears of snot.
So then, Luka,
that's snot and everything on my nose.
Who are you taking in the second round?
Second round, I think I want to go safety and maybe linebacker.
Okay. Are there any guys that you're looking for at safety that you like?
I like Jaquan Brisker. I think he's pretty versatile. He also has good hands, good in coverage. And I also like Chad Muma. A lot of Jets fans, Matt O'Leary likes him a lot. Very athletic, can get across the field really quick. He actually led college football on tackles last year. Very good run defender, very good tackler, obviously. So those are two guys I'm targeting. There's obviously a lot more, but I don't even have to go into that.
No, good call tonight, man. A lot of good fire. Good,
I got a question. Two more questions for you, Luka. What linebacker do you like? And then I'm going to ask you another question. What running back do you like in the later rounds?
Running back, I actually have quite a few. In my recent mock draft that I was actually about to write about, James Cook is one of my favorites.
There you go, Luke. That's my guy right there. That's my guy right there. Yes,
I was going back to where you say he's writing about it.
That's my guy right there.
You could go James Cook, you could go Hassan Haskins, you could go Brian Robinson, we could go with my guy Kyron Williams from Notre Dame.
Of course.
I mean, there's a bunch of Jerome Ford. He's also a big running back. So there's a ton of, this is not, the 90s or 2000s where you have to draft the running back in the first round to get good value. You could get guys in the 5th, 4th round, and they could be instant starters. Look at Elijah Mitchell in San Francisco. He's like a 6th, 7th round draft pick.
They're a dime a dozen now, man. There's a lot of talented guys that are going to go later on.
But, Cook and Carter together, bro, do you understand, bro, what kind of problem that would be, bro? Absolutely nasty, man.
I like this take right here. That Kyron Williams is a really good. I'm all about that. Be another player. If we draft him, he'll be on the show as well. Luka, thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate it.
Hey, have a good night, bro. Great call.
Hopefully we get Debo. Crossing fingers.
Yes, Twitter is just a mess right now.
It's crazy right now. I can't. I'm on this. I can't even check.
Like if you go on Twitter for 2 seconds, you'll be completely distracted. Like you can't even pay attention. It's impossible. So let's see. Luka did really good, man. That's really cool.
Great call, bro. Great call. Great breakdown too.
Been good tonight.
Right now, most of the speculation is coming from Tony Pauline, and everybody's just kind of taking off with it. And then other little small sites are adding their little 2 cents, which could probably be bullshit at this point, but who knows? It's going to be one of these nights where you don't sleep with the Jets fan, man.
Let me find NFL Network real quick, see what's going on, man. Mr. Chow, man. I can't over here, yo. Oh, man.
All right. We got – you want chaos prime time?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, no, we got to bring on Kieran first. He was on waiting for a while. What's up, man?
Actually, what's up, man? How you guys doing?
How you doing?
How you, man?
Long time. I haven't been on a while. I got to say, Luka, I mean, I got on just recently. Yeah, I haven't been waiting that long, honestly. But
is that your finger in the? What the hell's that thing in the way right now?
What are you talking about?
This thing right there, that big. That's like a door. Your finger.
That would be my finger. Yes, that would be my finger. Yeah. All right. How about we do this? Does that work? Can you see me? So good. There we go. I'm lounging in the lounge. Okay. So Luka, I don't know. He sounds like a draft expert, man. I think he got it all down because
Luka killed that.
I think I agree with his picks, his first 4. Now, the thing about it is that I think the 49ers and the Jets are actually kind of like working this draft together. I think that actually this Deebo trade I think they're going to see how the draft lays out, and I think they're going to see what happens at 4, and maybe there's going to be someone who wants to trade up for a quarterback, for example, right? And also, wait, just hear me out. And I also think that what you hear Joe Douglas saying, it's all just speak just to make sure that people understand that he could do whatever. He has so many options that like letting people know that an offensive lineman could be possible. Not that he will pick one, but it's possible. So maybe if you want this guy and you really like this guy, like if someone wants Sauce Gardner, right? he could just use it as a trade bait to get back and more picks. Then we trade for Debo with the 10th pick, and we have all the picks that we need to get the guys that we want. Right?
Do you honestly think there's a player right now in this draft in the top 5 that somebody desperately covets they want to move up for? I don't think so.
I think Sauce Gardner is better than Denzel Ward. Right? I think that's so. Ultimately, Denzel Ward was picked at 4 by Cleveland, even though they had 2 picks. So Sauce Gardner, I think, is probably a better prospect than him. He's a better tackler. He's a better cover corner. He's a stronger guy. I mean, honestly, why wouldn't someone want to come up and pick a cornerback that'll be like a 10-year cornerback, right? You know, so I mean it's a good pick. And then if Aquano comes down, I mean he's better than I think he's one of the better tackles, since the past 3 years. He's better than Becton. You know what I mean? So ultimately, there are people that would be willing to trade up. That's why we have no idea. I think you're right. This draft is going to be awesome. It's going to be a really cool, interesting kind of. I think that all these teams that have 2 first-round picks, are going to be basically running this draft. And you're going to see that. I think the Jets and the 49ers are going to collude in terms of trying to figure out how to. Because
I don't think so, dude. I mean, I'm just being respectful here, but it's like I just think that if this deal gets done, it gets done before the draft because the Jets need time to negotiate with Debo.
No, they've already negotiated. It's already done. All it is figuring out what they're going to need.
Insider?
No, I'm telling you.
News here?
No, what I'm saying is that the deal is already done. They're just trying to figure out what the dynamics of the draft are going to be, so they understand what the trade they're going to make and they need.
What do you think they're going to trade? They're going to change the compensation on draft day? That'd be insane.
Why not?
Why not? Insane.
Because it depends on the pick. It depends on the player. That's what's more important to probably the 49ers.
So let me get this straight. So what are they going to say? You know what? We decided that there's a player we want the number 4 pick in the draft now.
No, maybe they'll trade back and get more picks, and thus we can get another. They'll get another player as a result.
There's no way, dude. There's no. So they're going to say we hope that if you don't get the player 4, we want you to trade back and get as much compensation as possible. Then give us that compensation.
No, because they probably
it's like an if-then statement. There's no
way.
It
is.
Why wouldn't they? Wait, hold on. Why wouldn't they just do that themselves though? If they have the 10th pick and there's a player that falls to them, they could just trade back and get all that compensation anyway.
But that's my point. They got to see how the draft falls. And once the stuff falls, then they can figure out what is necessary. Because this is why all this speculation is happening. This is why it's all this BS. Because honestly, I'm telling you that the Jets are trying to recover. They're going to try to get Debo and then recover all the picks that they're going to recover what the compensation they're going to lose from the 10th pick or the two second-round picks that they're probably going to trade. Whatever it is.
The Jets trying to recover will happen during the draft, but it's not going to be a contingency as the draft is occurring. The whole Debo Samuel trade,
but no one knows what the draft order is, right? There's so much speculation on the top 30 picks
that's
and how it's going to fall.
That's the risk of the trade, dude. That's when you make a trade, you're taking that shot that, you know what, I'm getting number 10 pick in the draft. I better get that fucking pick right.
How many times have you seen a trade on the draft day? Plenty of them. So it doesn't mean it doesn't need to happen.
But this is a monumental trade, dude. This is a draft.
It's not a monumental trade. It's not a monumental trade. Come on, man. It's not monumental. It's just another trade.
The number 10 pick in the draft's not a big deal.
No, it's not. If it was the first
contract.
If it was, but they already kind of set the contract already because they probably negotiated already. He probably is going to get $80 million over. I don't know. I'd say $85 million over 4 years, guaranteed 65 million. That's what I see. It's already probably negotiated already because he wants money. That's the whole point. And they're not willing to give him money because the 49ers don't believe that they need to pay a wide receiver that much money.
They've said they're willing to pay him. He
said that.
And he doesn't want to be there.
That's BS. You know that's BS.
Disrespected. He's not, man.
How do I know it's BS? I'm not in San Francisco. I don't know what the
hell. No, I'm telling you it's BS.
Why?
I'm telling you it's BS.
You're an NFL insider?
No, because that's the BS they all talk about. You think you believe anything that Joe Douglas says? He says all this shit so he keeps his options open.
So when you hear the Debo Samuel news where the 49ers reports are saying the 49ers are offering him a contract, but he doesn't want to be there, which report are you believing and why?
I believe that they lowballed him. They gave him a bad offer on purpose so that ultimately he would ask for a trade because they knew they wanted to be traded.
Prime time, your
because
thoughts.
The reason is because he probably wants $25 million. They probably offered him $18 million, and they're like, no, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not losing $7 million per year. I'm not losing $23 million
for their best player on offense.
But their best player on offense, they don't believe in what they believe they can draft a wide receiver anytime and then replace him. They could probably get Trayvon. They could get any wide receiver.
That's a dangerous.
He almost got them to the Super Bowl by his damn self.
And
but
he won like 2 games. He won like 1 or 2 games by himself.
And the fact that you're starting a rookie quarterback, there's a chance that Trey Lance is going to be your quarterback. You have a rookie quarterback with what rookies run all over the place.
That's crazy.
They don't think they can win next year because the fact I'm telling you, dude. Because why would they try? Why would they start Trey Lance? Because he doesn't even show anything last year. They're gonna have to keep Jimmy Garoppolo because he's a legitimate quarterback.
And
they don't know anything about
it. And if you bring back Jimmy G and he starts, you have a win now team with Deebo Samuel. You're a contending team in the NFC.
Why wouldn't you bring back Jimmy G?
Like, why would you bring back Deebo?
You went to bro.
He's a cornerstone on your offense.
Exactly. Yeah, bro. I mean, so
then they just play hardball. They shouldn't even trade him at all. They should just let him play and make him sit out or make him do whatever.
Well, that's the way it used to be, isn't it? We did it with the Jets.
It used to be that way.
And everybody else. All teams used to do that up until this year.
Yeah, but now they want compensation for it and they don't want to pay the player, right?
Well, or he just wants out for whatever reason.
No, he wants to get paid. That's basically it. I'm telling you, and they don't want to pay him.
Man, we appreciate it.
Here's the chaos you wanted. All right.
He gave us chaos. That's for sure.
I don't know.
All right.
Chaos.
Here's the question: if the Jets draft Jameson Williams instead of Deebo, how do you cover your ass by drafting another wide receiver picked around, or do you sign a Jarvis Landry, T.Y. Hilton? Good question. So if you take Jameson Williams, do you go out and get a Jarvis Landry, T.Y. Hilton, or do you sign another? Or do you draft another receiver? That's the question.
I'm thinking Pickens in the second round. If he's there in the second round, I'm taking one of them guys in the second round. Either the guy Watson, Pickens is my favorite kid of Georgia. That's just what I'm gonna do.
What about you?
I'm surprised they double dip that receiver. Yeah, if Watson's there, if Pickens is there, maybe even Dotson from Penn State, I could definitely see them.
T.Y. Hilton's definitely past his prime, and Jarvis Landry. Jarvis Landry doesn't want to come
here. I think would be a nice fit though in the slot. Yeah,
he doesn't want to come here. He said though.
He doesn't. Yeah. You know, and the funny part is though, you know, he hasn't really been signed. Yeah, because I think he wanted to go to a better team. But at the end of the day, I think after the draft he'll get signed. But you know what I'm saying? So like, nah, I don't want that at all.
All right. So now we will go to why not? Fuck it.
Let's get it on.
Boys. Tyson says, "Bring on my shitty takes." Honestly, I got out late from coaching, and I was just trying to get you to get me in here. I was trying to get your attention. Couldn't find the link.
You tried last week too. Didn't work out too well.
Yeah, I was really late with coaching last week.
What do you coach?
I coach hockey. I played hockey my whole life. Coach 12-year-olds. So I love it. Anyways, so first of all, I just want to talk about the Ekwonu thing. My biggest issue with like the defense everyone's giving is no one's saying they want him with their chest. Like, if you want him and you think he's going to be an all-pro, you think when he's there, he's by far the best player available. He's a gold jacket player. Like, he's a fucking stud. He's going to come in next year, be an instant starter for us, and be here for 10 years. Then fine, you could say that. I can respect that, right? Like, the point of the draft is to hit. People bust all the time. If you think that you have a sure thing, you take him. My issue is everyone's defense whenever you say, I don't want Ekwonu, we already have tackles, is, oh, well, if you don't take Ekwonu, it's McDermott backing up if Fant gets hurt or someone. Like, no, like that's not what happens. We have multiple other picks we can take a lineman. And if you look at the free agent class of tackles, like there's so many still sitting out there. Morgan Moses type of guys are still out there. Darrell Williams started every game for the Bills the last 2 years, and he's sitting on the free agent market. Very solid right tackle.
So what are your first three picks in the draft? How's it going to play out?
I think Trayvon Walker's going 1 right now, and then I think Hutchinson's going 2. 3, I think it's either going to be Sauce or Icky or Neal there. And
what is the or? You got to pick one. This is a prediction show.
I'm going to say Icky. So when you get to 4, I'm taking Thibodeau. But if Thibodeau's gone and it's just Sauce there, I'm taking Sauce, and I'm taking an edge at 10, and I'm looking to trade back up into the first to get Olave or Burks, or if Drake London slips.
So, but see, you're giving a lot of different scenarios. We don't want scenarios. We want your prediction. So give us.
Right, so my prediction would be Thibodeau at 4. At 10, I'm going with Garrett Wilson. At Williams, I love him, but he would 100% be the pick without the knees, and he scares me. I love Wilson too. And then when you get to the second round, I'm taking some combination of someone is going to be there of an interior defense lineman, an offense tackle, a safety linebacker. 2 of those. Whoever the best player on the board is. If N'Kobe Dean and Tyler Linderbaum are there, you go with that. If Lewis Cine is there, like whatever the best player there is, there's going to be someone there.
Are you going to make a prediction?
I think that
you gave one. It's one of 4
drop from those 4 position groups. Travis Jones at D tackle. Just hear me out. And then
we're hearing you out, but we're asking for prediction. You're giving us 35 scenarios of it could be.
And then in the next 5 picks, I would go whatever 2 positions you didn't just address. I would take 2 guys at that spot. So if you didn't take a linebacker, take 2 linebackers. And if you didn't take a safety, take 2 safeties, and just try to find a diamond in the rough like you do.
It's a prediction show, man. We need predictions.
Oh shit!
It's not a prediction show. It's a prediction show, right? Is that what it is?
I think he was getting to one.
No, that was funny. That was funny.
Yeah, I'm in that same boat. I'm going through a million different scenarios, but I'm trying to come prepared tonight. I got one that I think's actually.
What's up, Chris? Before we get started, man, best of luck with your surgery, man. We don't talk to you on Thursday.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It should be okay. It's just gonna be not gonna be able to.
Your beard game is getting strong right now.
No, it's actually pretty weak. It must be the shadow that's making it look better than it is. So, real quick, the same people, wasn't Tony Pauline the same one today that started the whole Woody Johnson is going to be making the be in the ear and calling shots on draft board.
Involved
and everybody
in the draft
called
process.
that bullshit, and now everyone's off sucking his dick because he's saying that Debo's a lock for 10. I mean, come on.
It's people like reporters that say what they want them to hear. That's
dude.
Although he did say that was the same source who told him that McCagnon was going to get fired, so I guess it's got some credibility.
Yeah, I mean, probably just throwing shit at the wall at who sticks. Like there's so many times like listening to him talk. Like, dude didn't even know how to pronounce like Beckton's first name. Keep calling him Mecky, and Sam Darnold was Sam Darnold, and dude, he comes off sounding dumb. So it's hard to, even if he does have any of those connections, it's hard to take any of it seriously. But yeah, he doesn't have a good track record as far as hits. So the draft, it makes sense, right? So Jacksonville should be protecting Trevor Lawrence. So with that being said, I have them going Travon Walker. Because Jacksonville gonna Jacksonville. I have a sneaky suspicion that Detroit is gonna go quarterback. I think going back to I just have a feeling. Is it the smart thing? No, but going back to the Senior Bowl, they protected Malik, even pulling him out, So I think that they're trying to play that calm, and hopefully they could do something with the tail end of the pick if that's move back up higher and get something. So
calm as they want to. They can tell everybody they want to draft him. There's nothing no one could do.
That would probably be an enormous shock if they take a quarterback there. An enormous shock.
Crazy.
Yep. So I mean, if Jacksonville goes Walker, if Malik doesn't go 2, which I think would still be a stretch, but I could still see it happen at the same time. I think they're going to go Hutchinson just because Michigan.
So what's your prediction? We got to get your final prediction.
I'm going to go bold. Go big.
Yes,
go big or go home. So Walker 1, Malik 2. Oof. And then I'm going to say Icky goes 3 to Houston. And then I think we're going to take Jermaine Johnson. I think they really like
Hutchinson.
Over Hutchinson?
Sorry. No.
Do you know?
I read the wrong thing.
Twitter going crazy. The show would go over.
If they didn't go Malik and they went Hutchinson, then I thought I would think we were taking Jermaine. But if they're going to go quarterback, we're taking Hutchinson.
Chris, listen, if this happens in the draft, bro, do not call this show for like 6 weeks, bro. I promise you, we're going to have a problem. I'm telling you right now, we're going to have a serious problem, bro.
Dude, that's why I'm not in the draft room. I I want Hutchinson, man. I would love it. I would love to have him.
Bro.
Just,
I'm
like
all,
that, man.
I'm all out of sorts.
The chat smells blood, man. You're done now. You're complete toast.
Man. This is sneakers to boots Altoon comment right here, man. I'm gonna get eaten alive here.
What you
can
like
I
a
say?
10 though, man?
What's up?
10 though? What you like a 10?
Man, I still want Jameson Williams. If it's not going to be Debo, I'd rather just sit on Jameson and figure out something to do for that first 2 weeks of the season. I love the prospect of having Jameson Williams long term, hopefully healthy. But if it's not Jameson, then Garrett Wilson. But I have a sneaky suspicion Atlanta might take either Wilson or Williams with their picks. So we might have the second best option at that point. I think they could very well go receiver.
I got a question though, right? Like, are we sure Atlanta's gonna take a receiver in the first round?
I'm not sure of anything. Top.
I mean, everyone is just so Atlanta's gonna take a receiver, bro. But I'm sitting there like, at the end of the day, Marcus Mariota is your quarterback. You think that they're really gonna take a receiver?
I think they can.
Not with the
I think they can take a chance. I mean, Tyrone. I mean, realistically, Carolina could very well go quarterback, right? They
Carolina. Hold on, Chris. Hold on. I want to break some down. Listen, I was in the store today, right? And the guy in the store, like, I haven't seen him in a long time. He's a Carolina fan, right? He always gives it to me, right? Every time he sees me, Jets in the building. So I was like, yo, man, we were at the first game, whatever. I said, how you liking that Sam Darnold trade, bro? He just just got quiet. He was like, put his head down.
Dude, I'm so glad you said that, man, because that was one thing I was gonna bring up before getting off. So everybody has that one friend who just always shits on you for being a Jets fan, right?
Yep.
It just so happens right now that one friend for me, diehard 49ers fan.
Oh,
with a 49ers tattoo, right?
Oh yeah, you're a fan.
every fucking tweet, every video of Debo in the club doing the "I ain't coming back," every single one of those, screenshot or send the link to the text with just the 2022 NFL emoji of just the eyes looking around. That's it. No context. And he'll send me back. He goes, "Why would he want to leave a playoff contender? Blah, blah, blah." And I don't respond to any of it until the very next Debo thing comes, that I just keep doing the same thing.
Yep.
Post the link, post the screenshot, throw the eye emojis. I mean, will we get Debo? Time will tell. Who knows? But man, I'm enjoying the shit out of this. What happens? I end up sleepless at night.
Who are you taking in the second round?
I would love to. I'm hoping a safety's there. I love the Penn State.
Are you loving somebody or are you predicting somebody?
No, I would love to get Brisker. I think there's a chance that he could be there. As far as for safety, if we don't address receiver in round one, if Dotson's still there, didn't
you address receiver in round one?
Man, I'm a flip flopper.
We're struggling with this whole.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
We got to give rules. What a prediction show is. You come on and you say, "I'm taking this at 4, this at 10, this at 35, this at 38. This is why. Have a good night." How hard is this? Why is it you're flip flopping and waffling and shit? You got Tyrone laughing. I mean, what the hell?
I'm playing in scenarios. So if we go with my draft, I'm saying Hutchinson. I repeat, Hutchinson at 4. 10, Jameson Williams, because I'm going on the upside. Second round, then I'm hoping for hopefully Brisker if he's there at 35, and then what?
You're hoping. You should be more confident in your prediction, man.
Huh?
This is your prediction.
It's your prediction. You can't be hoping. You should be confident in your prediction.
Wrong with your prediction. It's your prediction, so you can't get wrong.
Write it down in gold. It's happening. 38. I don't know.
Who's 38?
I have no clue.
Come on, man. What the hell?
What can I say, man? No. In all seriousness, man. I'm pumped. I'm waiting for it, but at the same time too, I just want to get this fucking surgery done and over with.
Oh, we had the surgery, of course, but this is supposed to be a distraction from the surgery. So we're not letting you slide.
Yeah, I'm still waiting. Tomorrow they're calling. They're letting me know when I have to report. So I don't even know what time I'm going in there yet.
This is Chris. I hope I predict.
Yeah, what can I say?
Have a good night, man.
All right, I'm gonna leave before I make more before my.
Good night, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
But I thought this is supposed to be an easy show. Like prediction's supposed to be super easy. Why is this? This is like
I think maybe possibly.
I have instructions or something. Yeah, if maybe, I hope, possibly.
What the hell, man? So we're gonna go. We got a bunch of people. We'll go to John Atlanta. What's up, man?
What's going on, everybody?
What's going on, Big Dog? What's going on, Big Dog?
Oh my goodness, what is going on tonight?
Supposed to this should be an easy show, man. There's nothing easy about it.
Hey Tyson, what's up with Rizzo hitting 2 home runs tonight?
Did he?
Yeah, 6'4".
He's having a year so far, man. Thank God.
Rizzo has 5 RBI. Okay, here we go. Number 1, Equanu. Number 2, Hutchinson. Number 3, Thibodeau. Jets, number 4. I'm gonna mess everybody up. Gardner.
Okay.
10, Johnson. 35, Lindenbaum. 38, Pickens.
My God, that's
like
my man
slam
right
dunk
there.
draft right there.
That's my man. Look, I'm cutting the draft off after that. I ain't watching no more. I don't care after that.
I'd be drunk to June.
Good, Joe D. Yes, sir.
You really think Johnson's going to be there at 10, though?
Who?
Johnson
at 10. You really think he's going to be there?
I think it's a possibility. I think it all depends. Nobody knows what the Giants is going to do. If he gets past the Giants, I think he has a good chance to get to 10 because I don't think Atlanta or Seattle is going to draft him.
And you think Linderbaum's going to fall that far?
I've heard situations where Linderbaum is going to get out of the first round. So if he's there at 35, I'll take him.
You got sources, huh?
Hey, I listen to the same sources that everybody else did.
So what is your best offer for Debo?
10.
That's it?
That's it. I'm not giving up no second rounders. 10. If you don't want 10, hey, go fuck yourself.
Yo, that's negotiation. That's my man, John, right there. That's my guy. My man.
Prime time, any thoughts?
I'm all about it. I'm all about it. I mean,
hey, Tyson, I was going to mess with you and say
Pickens and Linderbaum in round 2.
What's that, John?
I see that happening.
I said I was going to mess with you and say Hamilton at 4.
Listen, man.
Hey, I'm a Notre Dame fan too.
So
I kind of want Hamilton at 4, but if I got to, because we still got them corners, but I'd rather have Gardner and push Reed down to 2 and knock every other corner down 1. And then could get a corner a safety in like round 4.
Yeah.
Like Nick Cross, I think, and one of those, either the one out of Illinois or the one out of Maryland. So.
Oh, the kid out of Kentucky too. You know what I'm saying? I think you have him in the 4th round. He might be in the 4th too.
Well, John, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it. This was you were thorough and perfect. This is what we needed.
Yes, sir. My God.
Yeah, have a good night.
You too,
all
man.
Right, bro. You be good, bro.
Have a good night.
Man, Linderbaum falling that far would be crazy, man. Oof, that'd be interesting. So go here. Appreciate it, man. Ian's really cool, man. Really good. I had a really good time with that. Debo for 10 and Junior's cheesecake. The Jermaine Johnson takes are all over the place, man. Some people either love him or hate him. He's a project or he's not. Some people are really high on him, man. They think he's actually better than Thibodeau, which is just interesting. I have no idea.
My man, the interview you did, Tyson, with my man's, he loved Johnson.
Lige loves him, dude. Lige does. Newsball's very, very high on him, man.
He was really big on it. He broke down why he liked him over the other guys, man. And I was like, so
there's
certain at a high level too. So
get DK, not Debo, but there's certain analysts like even Chris Sims, man. They go into in-depth breakdowns of why they like certain players or why they don't. So I respect that a lot. So we're gonna go to. We got people that have been holding for a little bit here. We got. Do you want? We'll go. Good call, and then we're gonna kind of go down that slope a little bit. What's up, Blade?
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing, man?
What's up, Blade?
Good. So we're going. The draft's gonna go Walker, Hutchinson, Thibodeau. Then we're taking best player available, Kyle Hamilton.
Oof.
I'm just kidding.
I know you was, bro. I know you was looking like he was waiting for that one too.
The top three, I think it's going to be Walker, Hutchinson, Ekwonu. And whether Ekwonu goes 1 or 3, I'm not sure. And then I think we'll take KT and then Debo for 10. Real talk, would you guys be a little bit upset if we gave up more than 10 for Debo? If we gave up like 10 and a third?
How much more?
Like, if we didn't get anything back, like, I don't know. It just seems
how about next year's third?
Right. See, I would do that. And then also, when's the point to where it's too late? As soon as the draft is on, is Debo like still an option?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna, yeah, but if you do the Tyreek Hill package, you'd have till Friday, then, wouldn't you? You still have that option.
So that's another thing too. Is if those 2 seconds, in my mind, depending on who's there, who's sliding, I think they're worth more.
Yep. Right.
I wouldn't do both seconds. Depending on if I love somebody there, I would give them 1 second this year, 1 second next year, or a second and third next year. Because if imagine if Nakobe's Dean's there at 35, I would hate to give that up if he slides out. And like we all said too, like I can't remember who's on before, but he's like Linderbaum's going to slide out. We didn't think Creed Humphrey was going to slide out 2 years ago, but he did. He slid late second, early third, or something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
But
great point though, man. Hell yeah.
If
give up.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. What's too late? I don't know. I think it's got to happen. I think it could happen at pick 10.
Yeah, you wouldn't think. You don't think it'd be done by tomorrow. I think tomorrow. I mean, maybe Thursday morning. But I don't think you're going to go into like the 4th pick in the draft and be like, oh, now we want number 10 pick.
Right. Well, and then the Niners too. Don't they need time to figure out who they like? You know what I'm saying?
No, I think they already. Listen, I think the 49ers are already worked on a couple scenarios. Or they ain't have an idea who they're going to trade with or for. So it's probably between us, Kansas City, Green Bay. I don't know who else, but
Texans.
They said the Eagles are a wild card too.
Okay, so I mean, but listen, you're looking at so they have an idea of what kind of player going to fall in that range if they do with that trade. You know what I'm saying? But no, I think you had a great point though, Blade. Like, I don't want to give the 35th and 38. You know what I'm saying? Because one of those picks, man, you might have. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who's going to be there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because guys always slip. And it's always guys who go early that we don't even like. I saw a mock draft with your boy Sky, the receiver. You know what I'm saying? Most things had him late second round, third round. They had him in the first round. So you know what I mean? You never know who's going to.
I'd give both the seconds. And I would give number 10. But I don't want to be the team that overpays because like Devontae Adams trade and Tyreek Hill trade, they didn't even equal 10.
Right. And the other thing too is. But the other thing is too is you don't want the Jets bidding against themselves. Like if you know you're offering the best package,
no one can offer 10.
No, that's it. So listen, this is our best offer. Take it or leave it. And if they want, if they don't willing to take less to prove a point, you know what I mean. At some point, you're gonna have a deadline. There's gonna be a time. It's like what, take it or leave it. We're out, and that's it.
And I think if we pick at 10 or we trade back, I think it's over. I think Debo talks over. I don't think it'll happen day 2.
Yep.
And so my draft, if we didn't have Debo, it would be KT 1, Hamilton 10, and then we're trading back in and getting Burks.
There you go.
And then Muma or what's the Alabama linebacker? I want to say Christian Watson. That's not it. It's Christian
Harris.
Yeah.
So tell me why you want Hamilton at 10. I'm fascinated by this.
He's the best player in the draft. He's the best player available.
God, listen, I'm just
asking
the questions, man. I'm just asking the questions, Tyrone.
No. Listen, Blade. Listen, I'm going to actually agree with you, Blade. I wouldn't be mad at Hamilton at 10, and I'm going to tell you why. He's a Swiss Army knife. He's a mismatch on defense, and this kid you can put with Salah and have another pass rusher. You can move this kid all over the field, and this kid's gonna pay dividends day one. I ain't mad at you, bro. I was thinking the same thing myself, so I'm not mad at you.
You know what he'd also be? He'd be the first Jets player to come on this little show we have right here.
I think he's falling too. I think he'll be there at 10.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know what's crazy? I think whoever gets him is going to end up getting a steal in the draft, bro. I just think the kid, because
you hear this prime time? Prime time, you listen to this?
Yeah, I hear it. Steal the draft.
I got a question for primetime.
What's that?
What happened with Elijah Vera Tucker being able to kick out to tackle? So if we signed, if say Becton or Fant go down, why can't we kick Vera Tucker out and then sign like a Tardif if he's not ready?
Oh my God!
You really want to move him in year 2, though? I mean, they're already trying to move him over to guard, right? I mean, to right guard from left guard. Yeah.
But I'm saying if Becton gets another season-ending injury, you can pretty much consider him done, right? Or close to.
Yeah.
And then go forward with Fant and Tucker.
Good guard. Stick with what he's good at. You invested a first-round pick in him to be one of your premier interior linemen. Why move him?
Pro Bowl caliber guard.
Well, but this is the worst case scenario, right?
What about best case scenario? Let's go down that path.
That's what I'm saying. We ain't drafting a lineman. Best case scenario.
Nah, but listen, primetime. One thing primetime you didn't bring up. First of all, I want to say
I would just find a veteran before I started moving.
That John Morant dunk is ridiculous.
Yo, this kid is retarded.
John Morant dunk. Whoever's not watching, check out that dunk.
Yo, you see the one he just missed? Oh my God! Yo, I had to stop my nuts. But nah, listen, Blake. I'm gonna say this right here. Listen, at the end of the day, primetime, you missed on something. Listen, what happens after the draft? Good players get cut. So why couldn't we get a serviceable tackle? You know what I mean? And, someone cut later on. It's going to be guys will get cut. It's going to be June cuts. So it's going to be some players out there available that we could bring in to be better than McDermott. You know what I'm saying? So
right, but we don't.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't need a tackle. If we picked up a guard like that, then we could kick Tucker out. Is all I was saying. Yeah, we have flexibility with him being able to do both.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying we can still, like, instead of drafting somebody, and I understand. And I just listen. I truly understand where you're coming from. You have an opportunity to get a top tier guy, and hopefully we won't be here for a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Drafting like this, so I understand getting the top tier guy right now. I understand that. It makes sense. It does, but I don't want to do that. I just don't, man. Like, I want some assets that are going to be able to help us. This team grow right now, and I just feel
I'm telling you the way I think that Joe Douglas is looking at it. I don't think he's looking at it as I need to improve the team this year. I think he's got his eyes looking much further ahead than we probably.
I see what Prime's for better, because that goes into the Philly philosophy. Let's just get a souped up online and run over people.
Yep.
That's what Philly did, and that's what they're saying. The Jacksonville Doug Peterson, he really wants a Kwanu. He doesn't want an edge. So. It could be their philosophy.
Blake, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having
me. Good call, man.
Gotta love a Kyle Hamilton prediction, man. Gotta love that kind of stuff.
If Aquanu goes 1, though, man, the draft is gonna be wonderful. Like, I'm just saying, if Aquanu goes 1, the draft is gonna be beautiful for us.
Well, if Aquanu goes 1, then Hutchinson's gonna go 2, right?
And then either Sauce or Thibodeau going 3 or 4.
Yeah, so we're still in the same boat.
Yeah.
It's still not the best. It's not the best case scenario, no matter how you look at it. Primetime, I'll let you choose the next caller.
Oh, I don't put that on me. Didn't you say we were going good call, bad call? So that was a pretty good call. So who do you think is going to be a bad call?
Well, I know one's getting ready to play guitar. So do we want to go down that path?
Yeah.
Let's get it over with.
Oh God!
This is where all the viewers go right to shit. Right here.
Yep. This is where the show stops. Our guy.
What's up, so you guys ready for trivia night?
We're ready for trivia night. Absolutely.
You guys did your homework?
I always do my homework.
Been studying all weekend.
Good.
You studying for your driver's test?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Making sure. When is it?
I'm probably gonna do it next week or the week after that.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. So, what kind of music are you gonna play us?
Well, I was actually just practicing a theme song to an old cartoon I used to watch. Is that?
I need more money for this shit, bro. I don't get paid enough for this shit. I'm telling you, bro. Just don't. Just don't. I don't get enough money.
All right. Can we just? Yeah.
Oh, man.
Only a child. Yeah.
Good.
What? Didn't you watch cartoons growing up?
Okay,
Shark.
let's hear.
All right. I gotta ask. First, I want to ask. All right, is anyone in the chat a child of the 2000s like me?
Oh my God! Just start. Please.
Is this SpongeBob SquarePants?
Yo,
No.
just start. Just start so we can stop, man.
Scooby-Doo?
Just go ahead and start.
It's gonna be Doug funny.
I said 2000s, not 1969.
Scooby-Doo ain't that old. All right.
It's from 1969, November
That
19.
voice gets. All right, so it's from the 2000s, a cartoon from the 2000s.
The Rugrats. I don't think they said that. I don't know a deep song like that.
I miss Ghost Peppers right now, man. I miss Ghost Peppers right now, bro. I miss Ghost Peppers. What are we doing here, bro? What are we doing?
No, hold on. Also, I got something else to tell you, so don't cut me off.
Angry. I have no idea.
Anybody have any guesses? We're looking for guesses in the chat. I don't see any.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
So
nephew, you already know.
No, so can I just tell you the other thing I was going to talk to you about?
You're not giving us the name of the song?
All right, it's a theme to Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Who the fuck is Ed?
What
Ed,
is
Ed?
it? Listen, man, I've had too much to drink. Bro.
Okay, it's a show like entirely based around slapstick about three kids.
But what is it?
Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Yeah.
What is it?
Ed, and Eddie.
Eddie, what the fuck?
It's a show like it's like. So all right.
Let's go back. Let's go back to your draft takes.
So it's a cartoon about It's pretty 90% slapstick. Isaac, will you talk some? Okay.
Hey, look, I got tomato plants. Y'all want to see my tomato plants?
No, we don't.
Those are my
tomato plants.
Okay, so
yeah, it's tomato plants. I'm wild today. I'm telling you.
It's a cartoon. Yeah, like I said, it's slapstick. It's.
Wish I was getting slapped right now. Holy God.
Yo, hey, let's hold on, stop, man. Who's your first 3 picks in the draft? Who's your first 4 picks in the draft?
Well, like I think the Jaguars because it's Trent Baalke. He always for some reason he has this obsession with like athletic freaks. So Trayvon Walker.
Okay.
I think the Lions because they got to go for the local boy, you know, Aiden Hutchinson.
Okay.
I think probably I'm gonna guess the Texans are probably gonna go either guard or corner with
not either. You're gonna predict what they're going to do.
I'm gonna guess Sauce here. And okay. I'm gonna talk about the girlfriend thing, and then I'm gonna guess the Jets are gonna go Tibbs.
What?
So,
what the fuck is it, Jets?
No, someone wrote, I need a girlfriend.
No, we don't give a shit about girlfriends. Just stay on track here. What is going on at 4?
I said it.
I need a girlfriend too. Shit, we all need them. What's going on at 4?
Girlfriend.
This is why we don't have one.
This
Number 4 pick is what, Vincent?
I said Kayvon Thibodeau.
Okay, so what are we doing at 10?
Well, it all depends on what happens if we trade for Debo, if Debo or no Debo.
All right, say we don't trade for Debo. What are we doing at 10?
Well, I think we're probably gonna get one of the wide receivers. It depends on who's there. I'm hoping maybe the Ohio State guy. I can't remember his name.
Maybe the Ohio State guy.
Can we narrow it down?
There's 2 of
them. Garrett Wilson. I remember his name.
Okay. Do you want to do 35 and 38, or are we just going to have awkward silence?
No, all right. I don't really know who's going to be there at that point. I'm probably looking maybe. Probably looking at
the goddamn prediction.
Everything is hard, dude. Why is this so difficult?
This is fucking excruciating right now. God damn. You come in and talk every week about players. You don't got 2 fucking players at 35 and 38?
No, I got a lot of shit I've had to deal with.
Make a prediction.
Okay.
I've lost brain cells tonight. I've definitely lost brain cells tonight.
Can I just tell you? Can I just tell you the one thing that the crazy thing that happened to me? Because you want to know?
Might as well at this point.
So, a few weeks ago, I was on a dating app, and like I get girls from like sometimes the dating app gives you girls from around the world. Don't laugh. This is fucked up. This part's not laughing.
You get girls from all across the world?
It's not no.
He just fucking leaves. Okay, so you get girls.
Okay.
Okay.
So the app connects you with people can connect you sometimes with girls, foreign girls.
Okay.
Yes,
And
if you have the distance set to anywhere, yes, that will happen.
Yeah, so I get a girl from, and this is 100% true, Ukraine.
Okay.
And this is right as I'm sorry, it's hard for me to say, but this is right as the images are coming out of
Okay.
Bucha.
Okay.
Sorry, it's hard for me to say. So I get the girl, like joking, like, what do you say to a girl in the middle of a fucking war zone? Because it's like her post that she's in, I think it was Lviv, which is in Western Ukraine. So like, I don't know what to say to this girl. I don't know if she's.
Okay.
It's like, what the hell? They're like, what the hell do you say to a girl that way? I just like choked, and like it fell apart faster than like it fell
What
apart
happens?
faster.
I mean, you could just ask about the environment there, how they're coping with it, how they're getting out, how's the family doing. You do a lot of different things.
I know. I
She appreciates just having someone to talk to too.
Yeah,
so
you just could be just a person to lean on.
You know, it was just really hard for me to think about what to say.
You gotta be
So I
quick,
just-
man. That was the
All
story?
right. Yeah, no, that was it. That was it. That was all I had to say. But all right, I'll let you guys get back to other questions.
Have a good.
Good night, V.
Good night, man.
Do you wonder why we don't get new subscribers when we lose viewers? Does anybody wonder why?
Could you imagine being a subscriber, pulling in on this part of the show?
Like I was waiting for like, all right,
They never come
online
back.
dating story, like online dating. I'm waiting to hear some like crazy, like she ended up being a hooker or she had like 2 husbands or some kind of wild stuff here. And it was like an emotional, just like nothing.
Yo, my man said he need a girlfriend. Anybody on the chat can hook V up, man. Yo, listen, help him, please.
Shit, help me first. I'm a nicer guy. At least I'm saying I'm employed. Shit. All right, let's go back to some draft talk. Oh my god, my brain hurts right now.
Show's over.
What's up, Zach? What's up, Zach?
Oh boy.
Yeah,
We're losing it tonight now. Jeez.
Nah, Zach coming on after him, baby.
Please save us.
You can't mess it. You can't mess this up, Zach.
I was about to say we can only go up. I'm just kidding. I'm just
The
kidding.
bar's low, man. The bar's
All
low.
right. I'll just get right into it. All right. So number 1 is going to be Aiden Hutchinson. I really think that we're just locked in at this point. I think, it could be Ikem Ekwonu if Peterson gets his way, but I think they're going to go edge rusher. They got to go number 1 player on the board, Hutchinson. Number 2, it's kind of hard. I'm going to say they're definitely going to go with Trayvon Walker. I think, he just seems like a Dan Campbell guy. Number 3, probably Sauce Gardner. I can see the Texans going corner, and then that leaves KT to us. Now, if we don't trade the 10th pick, I say we go best player on the board, whether it's receiver. If Kyle Hamilton falls, I'm going to take Kyle Hamilton because I think he can get a good receiver in the second or trade up with the 2 seconds back into the first. If we trade up, I'm going to give the scenario if we trade up with the 2
What's your
pick.
prediction? What do you think's going to happen?
So I'm going to predict it's going to be most likely Jameson Williams. We're gonna go with the receiver at 10. If Jameson Williams there, he's the pick. 35, we go safety Jaquan Brisker because we definitely need a safety, especially if we don't go Hamilton in the first. And then 38, I'd go with a linebacker. Whether it's Chad Muma, have him be that outside linebacker, keep Mosley in the middle, or if you're looking to replace Mosley after this year with his last year of his contract, you go Christian Harris to have him be the inside guy. Or hopefully Nakobe Dean maybe falls, but I doubt he's getting out of the first round.
So what is your ultimate package for Debo?
Well, I'm gonna say just the 10th pick. I mean, I think those 2 second-round picks are probably more valuable at this point, especially if we're gonna go with the receiver at 10. That seems like the way we might go with it anyway. Yeah. If it's receiver at 10, regardless, I just give it the 10th pick. And I prefer to get something in return, but if it gets the deal done, where if it's just 10, let's just get it done. Let's get Zach Wilson, Deebo Samuel, and give him somewhat of a reasonable contract. Pay the man, but obviously, don't go overboard.
So there's a world for you that Kyle Hamilton can be your pick at number 10.
Yes, I would say if it was my draft, I would say Kyle Hamilton just because I value best player available there. You know, you could go receiver.
We all should, right?
Because I'm high on second round receivers.
What do you think the drop off is with Hamilton and Brisker?
Pretty significant. With Brisker, you get a good coverage safety, I think. Whereas Kyle Hamilton can play pretty much. He can play outside linebacker. He can rush off the edge. He can, be a run stuffing safety, or he can, play zone. Where I think with Jaquan Brisker is you get a zone cover guy, which will be your free safety.
What a phenomenal answer that was. That's a good answer.
Guys I'd like to see maybe if they double down on receiver in the second round too, which you could always go to, especially if we go Jameson Williams 1, with the 10th pick. He's another guy that Pickens is one of them. Pickens in the second round for sure, or John Mechie. But John Mechie is another guy that also has injury concerns. But he's one of those guys that I think fits this offense pretty good.
What do you think about Watson?
Christian Watson, I'd say definitely, but I think his upside is so high you might have to trade back up to the end of the first round to get him. I think he might be gone day 2.
I think he's rising everybody's charts now, according to what you read. Everybody's high on him now.
Yeah.
He's not making the first round, definitely not.
Nah, I prefer to get him, because it's a guy we know. We had him at the Senior Bowl. He played pretty well, but if it's a receiver, don't give up too much to trade up unless it's one of the top guys. It all depends on who you value. Me personally, if I was to trade up to get a guy, it'd be for a guy like Treylon Burks. I'm not a huge Drake London guy. I mean, Drake London will probably be a good receiver, but my problem is, it all depends on if LaFleur can scheme him open, because that guy doesn't get a lot of separation on his own. Yeah. And that's at the college level in the Pac-10, and it's at the Pac-12. So, he could be your outside guy, contest the catch, but I don't think that really fits the scheme.
Now, what about Jermaine Johnson, who the Jets saw firsthand?
Jermaine Johnson, if he's there at 10, if we don't go edge at 4, I can see that. I don't think we should take him overvalued, because he's a guy that, I think he has a better personality than Kayvon Thibodeau, but there's a lot of questions, the injury concern. He's a project guy, which I think, he'd be a guy I want to have on my team. But if we're looking for a secure, edge rusher, 4th overall, it's got to be either Thibodeau or if Hutchinson falls, which I doubt he will. So
fair enough. Any questions, Prime Time? You're shaking your head a lot there. Look like you're agreeing with him.
No, good stuff. I like the idea of getting safety and linebacker in round 2 also.
Yeah,
that was good take.
The defense is we went first 4 picks last year were offense, and we still want to help Zach Wilson. I get it. That's pretty much what the season depends on, is how much he improves. But you got to make sure he's in games. You can't have the team be down by 20, 30 points and expect him to dig you out of it in his sophomore year. It's just not feasible.
Yeah, defense on the field 40 minutes a game isn't going to help him.
Exactly.
No, that's great call. Thanks for calling. We appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me, guys.
Excellent. He completely offset what we just dealt with Vincent. We're back on track now.
He brought us back around, baby. Back around, baby.
And the next caller is actually a celebrity. He calls in and he bothers all the guys on ESPN radio and everything So what's up, Matt?
Jets post-game legend.
That's right.
What's going on? How we living?
Where the hell you been, man?
Oh, man, I've been losing sleep about Thursday for the last 3 months. I'm doing what you guys are doing the PFF mock draft probably 5 times a day while I'm working,
So before we do draft stuff, what are your thoughts on Debo, man? What are you giving to get him?
I want the Tyreek package. I'd rather keep 10. If we have to give 10, I would do it. If we have to give 10 in the second round, like Primetime said, I would still do it. I'm so a trade guy over drafting, especially when it comes to receiver and utility players, where this guy's a proven weapon, where I think you draft a receiver. If it's not like Jamar Chase from last year, I don't know. I think Debo's top 10 receiver right now. If we can get him for those picks in the Tyreek deal, you have to pull the trigger. I think every other receiver in the draft's like a scratch-off lottery ticket. You might win, you might lose. It's a huge risk to me.
Yep. No, I agree. So then how do you see the draft going? What are the first 3 picks in the draft?
The first 3 picks of the draft, here's my prediction, because it's so Jets. It's so Jets. All we want this whole offseason is the edge rusher, right? They're going 1, 2, and 3. 100% because we have the 4th pick. That's just how it's written already. It's gonna be. It really is. It's gonna go. It's gonna. Because I think he has the lowest odds on Vegas, so I kind of trust Vegas here. I think Walker's going 1. I think Hutchinson's going 2 to Detroit, and then I think Thibodeau's going 3. And then, the other reason I think this is because you kind of hear that smoke where the Jets like Jermaine Johnson, and I think this is Douglas kind of showing his hand because the Jets want a pass rusher, so now their Jets are going to say, we like Jermaine. And then it kind of saves him like we liked him from the beginning, and we didn't miss out on those 3 guys. So it's kind of saving Douglas's ass before the draft even starts.
But there's a lot of rumors about Sauce Gardner too, though.
Personally, though, for prediction-wise, I would like to draft Icky at 4 over Sauce. I think those 3 guys are going, and then I like Icky. Even if we don't trade Becton. Like, I was a big Mekhi Becton guy, even though I was screaming for Wirfs during the draft. I don't know about you guys.
We all were.
But I was screaming for Wirfs, but Mekhi Becton, I was pumped. And I think you bring in Icky, he's going to start right away. If Becton is not on the field, which I don't anticipate him being on the field first 4 games, I don't know.
Why not?
I think I don't know. He was a 7-week.
You think he's not going to be in game shape? He's going to miss 4 games of this year too?
7-week injury, Tyson turned into a full year.
Bro, if he's not ready for training, if he's not ready for training camp, I'm going to have a serious problem, legitimate problem.
All right, but let's say he is ready, and Icky beats him out at the left tackle spot, or they want to move Fant at left tackle. Every year, these linemen are getting rolled up on. Wouldn't it be a great insurance policy to have a former first-round pick come in, and now he's a reserve. Let's say he plays 5-6 games for injured players. Next year, we can let Fant walk. He's in a contract year. Becton earned under him, got healthy.
But is that the best use
reps.
of your resources, drafting insurance policies at number 4?
When are we – okay, so in your ideal scenario, Tyson, what's the Jets' record next year?
They win 7 games.
We're not going to get the 4th pick with 7 games. We're not going to get best lineman available in winning 7 games.
So now in your world, we're already going through this season. We won 7 games, and now we're worrying about offensive linemen next year. What if while winning those 7 games, George Fant played really well instead of Mekhi Becton?
Then you can let Fant go to free agency,
or we don't need the lineman that you're looking for. Then we already have our lineman.
Or we can't pay Fant, we pay someone else, and here comes.
Why can't we pay him?
Because we don't need to. We would have Becton coming in. We have Icky and we have Becton on the left and right side. We have AVT on the guard.
But if you already have your
think about the money he's going to be asking for too, and he's going to be what 31 next year.
Think about the fact that he's your starting left tackle and playing well. Isn't that important too?
Exactly. So why? So
you might have just drafted the best tackle in the draft.
So
got 2 young.
Let's go. I'd rather go with the known over the unknown.
So having a line that plays consistently together for a year, you just want to switch it all up just because, hey, you know what? We drafted the guy. We didn't need him. We're going to trade him.
You had a guy that's playing well. Let's discard him and take a guy we're not sure what he is. Why kick him out?
If you're drafting Kwanu at 4, though, you're clearly saying you did your homework on this kid. He's going to be a top talent. That's the only reason you're drafting him at 4 as your best player available. While you have 5 starting caliber offensive linemen, you're looking towards the future.
If you draft him at 4, then somebody needs to be traded.
You're drafting him at 4. He drafted him at 4. He should be starting week 1. Period.
Absolutely.
You have that option, Tyrone. You have the option to trade, but you also have the option to keep. You have the option to keep him. And then next year, when if Fant has another great year, which it's only been 1 good year for Fant. Let's not forget that it was only 1 good year for Lincoln Tomlinson too. This is a 4th overall selection, top guard tackle in the draft. I like a young buck coming in and being the Brickishaw Ferguson for the next 10 years.
I mean, listen. I understand where you're coming from, but I am just saying that value face, man. You want to draft a tackle that we know is going to end up sitting because either he's beating out Beck. He's not beating out Fant. Let's be real. I don't care. Listen, realistically, he's not beating out Fant. That's not happening.
We don't know that.
So he's going to end up beating out Becton, pretty much. So you're telling me that our GM made a mistake in drafting Becton, which I don't mind if he wants to move on from Becton, that he chooses to do. But to draft a guy that's not going to help your quarterback right now, you're planning for the future. I understand that. But what if Zach doesn't work out? I'm going to take a quarterback too. I'm just asking and put him on the bench. Does that make? I mean, listen. Why not take?
But that's the whole idea of taking Aquanu. You're giving your young quarterback a chance to succeed by building a wall around him.
Why not take? But we don't know if Zach can work out. So why not take Willis at 4? Sit
the whole idea. If
Zach don't work out, you start him next year. Fuck out of here, bro. It's crazy.
Well, actually, Marcus agrees with you, Matt. He said the same thing. I want Aquanu at 4. I know DE is a need, but Zach Wilson doesn't play well. It doesn't matter. Build a wall around him. We have no excuses.
I agree. And I see in the comment section, someone called Mekhi Becton a phantom in the garage. Mekhi Becton is not a phantom in the garage. He has been broken down for the whole year. We don't know if he's going to be back running. We have injury concerns on Mekhi Becton. And now I hear you, Tyrone. Douglas is probably sitting there saying, Icky is the clear-cut pick here, but that shows fans that I'm already ready to write off my first overall selection from 2 years ago. What does that say about my GM?
Or you're writing off fans.
But listen, that's what good teams do, though. So I wouldn't even be mad at that.
Exactly.
If he took him and he said, I'm getting Icky and I'm starting Icky over Becton, I'm not mad at that. If you say, listen, bro, I don't want to keep a guy that we don't know that's not going to put the work in or not going to come in and produce. At the end of the day, I'm putting the best guys on the field. Tyson's favorite quote: "Your best availability is availability." You know what I'm saying?
Your best availability. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So if that's what it's going to be, that's what it is. I'm not mad at that. I don't care if he made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, this is a crapshoot anyway. What I'm saying to you is this, though: you would rather take a tackle and take that bookend. That bookend that we desperately need for the last 15 years.
So Matt, if you had a choice between Thibodeau or Aquanu, who would you take him?
Thibodeau's not going to be there. That's what I want to say.
That wasn't the question.
He's not. I would take Thibodeau. I would because I like edge, but I'm already hedging that those 3 guys are gone.
Okay.
And it's good. In my mind, the way I sleep at night, guys, is I've accepted that those 3 guys are gone. And Icky is okay. It's a good pick. It's a good pick for the future. And then at 10, I still think we can scoop Jermaine Johnson. I really do. Because I think a quarterback's going to go at 6 probably to the Panthers. There's going to be 2 corners selected after us. And then Neal's going to go. And then we're going to be up for Jermaine. I think we can roll the dice and that can happen.
You have Aquanu and Jermaine Johnson. So then what are you getting in the second round?
Debo's on the squad. That's my ideal scenario. We have Debo. Come on.
The Tyreek Hill package?
Tyreek Hill package for Debo. If you told me we could have Tyreek Hill or Debo 3 months ago, I might still go Debo. I know Tyreek's an elite talent, but you're telling me Mike LaFleur with Debo reuniting those guys? Ooh, I like it.
So what if they don't get Debo? What are you doing with this 2 second-round picks?
It depends on what we pick at 4 and 10. If we get Thibodeau,
go by what your scenario is. You got Aquanu, you got Jermaine Johnson.
My scenario is Debo. My scenario is Debo.
No, but you got Aquanu and you got Jermaine Johnson. So now you got no receiver as of now going into the second round.
Okay, so if we're not getting Debo, then I might change my 10th and 4th pick. I might go with at 4 Jermaine Johnson, reach a little, and pick 10 the receiver that you like the best. Even though I don't love getting receivers in the draft.
You just made this speech about how important it was to build on Zach Wilson, and now you're gonna reach for Jermaine Johnson at 4.
I'm telling you different scenarios that I like, Tyson.
No, but the scenario is you're not getting Deebo Samuel. You got 4 picks here.
Okay,
no Deebo Samuel. Give us your final 4 right now.
No Deebo Samuel. I'm picking an edge rusher at 4, a receiver at 10, and then I'm getting a backup tackle at 35 or 38. Because I still believe in the line. And I still think that's a high pick for a lineman. If I have the choice between getting a 35 or 38th overall lineman versus Icky, I'm taking Icky in the scenario that we get Debo. Sorry. Right. It's a lot of contingency plans here in my mind floating around. But I'm just saying I know for a fact somehow those first 3 edge rushers are going 1, 2, and 3. Because that's what that's what happens to the Jets.
So then so if there's no Debo, what's the wide receiver at 10 that you want?
I can foresee a nice Bobby Wischusen call, Wilson to Wilson in the end zone. So I'm kind of going off that. Maybe Drake London, the big body. But I do like Wilson. I wouldn't love who's the third guy? Olave. He's too much like Elijah Moore. Someone said this on the show before. Williams? I wouldn't hate that. I'm a 2-time ACL tearee here. Same knee. But right now, I'm 8 months removed, and I'm feeling really good. Can I run a route like Jameson? Probably not. But he's got the best care. I think a Cooper Kupp that tore his ACL. A lot of guys tore their ACLs and came back very strong.
The running back, what was it? Cam Akers. Look what he did.
Achilles in 3.5 months. Come on, it's crazy. So I don't think that. I think someone said on the show, Jameson was the most rated number, the highest rated receiver before the injury. I don't think the injury should take that spot away from him because these guys are coming back stronger.
All right. Well, Matt, it was good talking to you. Definitely got me confused, but enjoy draft night, man.
Tyson, I don't want you confused. We're gonna get Debo tonight. It's gonna happen tonight, and we're drafting Icky at 4. That's what's happening.
You heard it. I guarantee the Debo thing's gonna be happening. Something's gonna happen at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I guarantee it. And you wake up in the morning, you see your phone lit up like a Christmas tree.
On live.
My phone's on silent, man. So you're waking me up.
Nah, call me. I'll get up for that with coal in my eyes. And
you guys go for it.
Click.
I'm all the time.
All right, we got a few more here. We got some rapid fire. Let's see. We got John. John, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Like the Lord of Darkness over there.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get some better light on here. Hold on.
You like the way Tyrone used to be.
There
you go. This is like Blair Witch Project.
That better?
Yeah, definitely better.
Yeah, so my apologies for last week. I got too fucked up last week, so I was like really stressed out over some shit, but
that's all right.
I'm here to redeem myself, so
only Primetime made fun of you falling asleep. He was the only one.
That was the chat.
So all right, I'll do one better. I'll give you the entire top 10. I'll give you Trayvon Walker at 1, Aiden Hutchinson 2, Sauce 3, KT at 4, Iquanu at 5 to the Giants, Malik Willis to the Panthers at 6. Say bye-bye to Sam Darnold. 7, I had it between Kyle Hamilton and Jermaine Johnson, but I'm going to go Kyle Hamilton for the Giants' second pick. 8's going to be Jermaine Johnson for the Falcons. Jose's team is taking Evan Neal at 9, and the Jets are going to. I'm going to take Garrett Wilson out of the 3 receivers because he's the healthiest and he's the most ready to play right away, in my opinion.
Okay.
So
what happens in the second round?
I'm going to take. I don't know if Dean will be available, but I'll take his counterpart, Quay Walker, and then I'm really high on this kid, Arnold Kebeti, I think his name is, from Penn State, the pass rusher. Yeah, I want to double dip because we don't know what Carl Lawson's status is going to be, coming in off an Achilles injury. I mean, he should be ready to go, but you never know. So I think double dipping there and is a good idea. Under no circumstance do I want the Jets to take offensive line at 4. None. 0. Forget it. I will literally get I'm going to the MGM on Thursday to watch on the movie theater screen. I'll get kicked the fuck out if they get
Would you consider O-line in round 2?
At least that I can understand, but no way at 4 or 10. And as far as Debo goes, the maximum I'll give is 10 and 69. Any more than that, and I'm done.
Yeah, see, if I'm gonna give more, I try to make it like next year. I do like a pick.
Oh yeah, I'd say 10 and a third and a conditional third next year.
That's kind of where I'm at with it. If I had to go more than the 10,
that's what I would do. Because
well, the more important question is, when are you collaborating with Kevin? Kevin wants to come on your show, man. So we got to do some collaborations around here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Come on, Kevin, let's go.
Yeah.
After your baseball ends, man, June my schedule opens up like crazy. Whole summer I'll be around, so we'll definitely do something.
Sure, let's do it.
All right, John, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Any one of you guys. Yeah, it's a nice, quick, efficient call. So
we needed one.
Yeah, so there you go, guys. Have a good one.
You too, man.
Come on, bro.
Come on, man.
Yourself.
Have a
All
good
right.
night.
Got him. We'll go to Steve now. Steve, what's up, man?
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's going on, Steve?
Good.
So in the name of efficiency, I would go Thibs at 4. I think he will be available. I would go Williams at 10. I'm not afraid of the ACL. The prognosis of the ACL is getting better and better. You already see workout videos with him. I know it's non-contact, but he's already moving somewhat well, and the prognosis is probably pretty good on that. And he was, prior to the tear, the highest graded. And the first thing you always have to look at is your division. And in our division, you really need zone busters. The other three teams are really built better back to front, and you really need those speed DB busters. So if I can get a Williams at 10, I think that would be most helpful to our young quarterback, which is numero uno as far as our jobs. There are only finite resources you can put into the O-line. You have to build a team. You've already put quite a bit of resources with number one picks as far as Tucker and Becton. You've put some free agency in there. I just would not invest. If you want to sell me on getting a quality guard in round 2 or going into it in round 3, yes, I would be all up for that, but I wouldn't invest a premium pick this year in it. I understand the value of having a contingency plan, but you just have 2 other positions that are too valuable. So I'd go Thibs and Williams. At 35, speaking of O-line, because of how important a center is, I think you can get a really good product from BC, Alec Lindstrom. 3-year starter from BC, somebody who can really maybe perhaps be a center for a decade on this team. And at 38, I would double down at receiver and try to get Calvin Austin if he's still available. He's also real fast and a really good zone buster. In particular, he'd be effective probably against a team like the Bills, who has struggled against real fast receivers, i.e. Tyreek Hill, although not everybody is Tyreek Hill, obviously.
So would that center be a starter day one, or is he more of a guy that has to get groomed a little bit by McGovern?
So someone like Lindstrom, from what I know, and I'm no draft expert, but he has the experience where he's not a project, so he could play sooner rather than later. Does a short while of grooming help? Sure, but this is really a long-term answer to a crucial position, especially for a young developing quarterback.
So he's not like a year away. He could play this year.
No, a 3-year starter, he can play. He doesn't have the highest ceiling in the world, but really at center, I just want somebody who's heady, who could execute the West Coast scheme, and he has the brains, he has the 3-year starter experience. So I'd be looking for somebody like that. Maybe I'm valuing him too high. If you were available around later, fantastic. I'm not sure. I'd really want that center, and I'm not sure. I highly doubt Linderbaum is going to be there.
I was just going to ask you, do you have like a significant drop off between Lindstrom and Linderbaum, and would you even consider trying to move up maybe like into the late 20s to get Linderbaum?
You know what? In this draft, you can probably move up because a lot of people stayed behind for COVID. You really only have about 15 projected first round talents in this draft from what a lot of people are saying, but you have an awful lot of mid-round talent. So that's where the value is. So a lot of teams are probably going to be looking to trade back. So trading up might not be as expensive this year. So you might be able to, for not as expensive as in the past, move into the late round. And most people would regard Linderbaum as the number one center and a guy who can start on day one. He really, his size isn't that great, but he seems to dominate people inside. So moving up in late round 1 to get somebody of that caliber, I would think that's a home run.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's the perfect world. If you can get a center to put in front of Zach Wilson for the next 10 years, be his eyes and ears, and help lead the offensive line.
How much would that help Wilson? A communicator like that, a smart guy who can really move people. I mean, I would even consider, to me, it'd be worth it. I would get rid of, if you can tell me I can move up into the first round, late in the first round, it would cost me 35 and 38 to get a Lindstrom. A Linderbaum, I would do that.
Yeah, that's a great take, Steve. Thanks for calling, man. That was a phenomenal job, man. That was a really good take right there.
Take care.
Good night, bro. Yes, sir.
He did awesome. That was
a good call.
Good job. Some excellent knowledge right there. Yeah. All these draft experts, man. You've us three clowns sitting there trying to act like we know what we're doing. You can tell when Tyrone's buzz kicks in though. For the first hour, he can't shut him up. He'll overtalk anybody. Let me tell you something. You hear this and blah blah blah. All of a sudden, boom, kicks in, dead silence. It's like the mute button went on.
Nah, man, I'm sitting there listening. That was a really good call, bro. That's a great call.
Probably time you noticed that too.
Yep. With the last half hour, nothing.
He's just sitting there. He's just like zoned out, just watching basketball games and shit, just collecting a paycheck.
Nah. That dunk was crazy, bro. That dunk was crazy. That dunk was crazy.
Nah, Steve did. That was a phenomenal call from Steve, though.
Yeah, it was.
See,
it was a good call.
You get to see on this show, you get a good mix of everybody, man. You get the highs, the lows, the good, the bad, the terrible, and then you get the absolute weird. So it's good. So we will go with Swift. What's up, man?
Yo, what's up, fellas? How y'all?
What's going on, big dog?
Nothing much. Yo,
what's up, man?
Hope to see y'all in Minnesota this year, Definitely going to Minnesota. Need to burn it down.
Green Bay, baby. Wouldn't be in Green Bay as well, man.
I'm going to Green Bay.
Got to go to Glambo, man. Got to go to Lambeau Leap, man.
Guaranteed.
Seattle, Green Bay,
in Seattle. Yes, sir. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, Seattle maybe later on, but definitely Green Bay and definitely Minnesota,
Nice.
All right, real quick. I'm going to get spicy in the draft. Real spicy. I'm going to grab Icky at 4. Jermaine Johnson at 10. Then I'm going to trade 36 and Mekhi Becton to get DK Metcalf. And then with the second draft pick in round 2, I'll probably, I don't know, maybe Chad Mumba, Mumba. I'll do it like that.
Mumba, yeah.
You got a little spicy over there, big fella. You were playing with your big fella.
So wait,
damn.
You brought a whole nother element here. So now at 4, you like Icky Y. And are you passing on a pass rusher there? Like, who are your first 3 picks?
First 3 picks, I believe is, I don't care what nobody's saying. Aiden Hutchinson's going number 1. It's just a smoke screen. He's going number 1. I think Trayvon is going number 2. I believe 3 is going to be they stupid, so they're probably going to get a safety. They'll probably grab the safety.
So you're going to pass on Thibodeau.
Yes.
Take your boy Icky.
Yes. Because I'm getting Jermaine Johnson at 10. Jermaine Johnson at 10.
He better be there.
And then you got to trade Mekhi Becton and 36 for DK. I don't care what nobody said. If 49ers are listening for their guy, then that means Seattle will listen.
Seattle
need a lineman.
Seattle don't like us, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
We're probably our phone was probably blocked. We're probably blocked. We're probably taking our shit.
But they still need a lineman, though. They still need a starting caliber lineman. So I mean,
it's a bold take right here.
That's
a
and one more. I'd like to get in probably our last pick, the guy from Rutgers, Bo Melton. He runs a 4.3 too. So I grab Bo Melton, and just let him run 9s, while everybody else is going.
The Jets
What's
like
your
local
Debo
guys
package?
too, though. So yeah.
Huh?
What's your Debo package?
I'm done with Debo. It's not gonna happen. It should have happened already. It's not. I don't think it's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
But what's your best offer? What would be your best offer to get him?
10 this year and a 2 next year.
That's fair.
I'll do that.
I mean, that's what I would do. What I think will happen is the Jets will probably get Thibodeau at 4. They'll probably get the SC wide receiver at 10.
Drake London.
And at 36, hopefully they get Tyler Smith. We have to get a lineman. You can't trust Mekhi Becton. I'm sorry.
You hate Becton, man.
No, I love Becton. I think he's a great
You love him. In the last 5 minutes, you have him traded, and you want to get his replacement because you don't trust him. You don't love him, dude. That's hate.
Hey, You're right. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
He's got to earn that trust back.
Hey, you know what? Either way though, yo Swift, yo, you all the shots you bought in Carolina, you all right with me, big fella.
I appreciate it. I was looking at some pictures the other day.
Yes, sir. You all right with me, big
Probably
fella.
why I was passing out in the club.
Yo, bro, listen, he was handing out drinks for looking to go out of season, bro.
Yeah, we had a
Here you
good
go,
time.
Here you go, big dog. Here you go. Come on, bro. Jesus, you got to get caught up.
I'm telling you.
Yo, yes, sir.
We gotta go.
Green Bay and Minnesota gonna be the same kind of situation, bro.
Green Bay, 2.5 hours from my house, so that's nothing.
Down.
Even if y'all let me know if you want to fly in Chicago, we can drive up. Real simple. Or even if you want to fly to Milwaukee, because Milwaukee's only a half hour from me. Let me know. We can drive up. But I'm definitely going to Minnesota. Definitely going to Minneapolis. Definitely going to that game.
Swift,
You know
thank
what I
you for calling in. Thank you for your bold takes. We'll see how this all plays out.
God bless. Peace.
Have a good night, man.
Salute.
Yeah, that was wild down there.
That was bold. He said, "Yo, back in the 36 year with DK, yo, wow, I didn't see that one coming. Yo, that was a spin."
So now we have one of our very famous cleanup hitters. I think I'm waiting for now that Darren has his own show. It's only a matter of time for this next guy has a show. It's going to be some kind of like
talking cap,
talking cap, talking numbers, and he'll have a little flavor to it. It'll be like salary cap with sarcasm. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a little flair to it that's going to separate him from everybody else.
Underthecap.com.
Underthecap.com.
It doesn't matter. It just happens like that.
Unbelievable.
Underthecap.com.
Let's give you a great idea.
Under the cap.
Let's give you a great idea.
It's a very
Keep
good
waiting
idea.
for it. Keep waiting for it. It'll happen soon.
Under the cap. I like that one.
Yeah, then start it.
If you don't do it, I'm going to do it.
First of all, wish Chris success on Thursday, and Vinny and the Jets. Hopefully everything goes well with his wife.
That's right.
Second, nothing but good things I've said to you after each interview. So I mean, why you even going there?
I was waiting for the emails today. I'm like,
I didn't see it. I didn't get a chance to see it.
come on, man, you're behind.
Hey, balls.
Jet Central.
Hi, Christy.
I got Jet Central. I did an hour with Jake this morning.
See, he didn't like the last one. He's not listening to this one.
He's a star, bro. He's a star, man. That's how stars do, baby.
I didn't think you would. I thought you would be at work. I didn't know if you would do something in the morning.
Creative, man. You got to. There's a will, there's a way, man. You got to be creative these days.
So I guess work doesn't really mean much to you right now.
No, just get creative. Get creative. You never know when I record it. There he goes.
Who is it?
Okay, it's Thibodeau. Listen, hi Christy, Megan. Hi everybody.
Got a lot of fans, man.
Yeah, it's Thibodeau at 4. 10 went to Debo. I'm not playing what ifs. That's going to happen. 35 will probably be. I'm thinking also Brisker and I don't know about 38. Could be linebacker. It could be a tight end. I don't know if he's.
So what are your first 3 picks in the draft though?
I see Hutchinson or Walker, either 1 or 2 or 2 or 1, whatever, and Icky at 3. Yeah. I don't see. I think that a lot of those teams may be turned off on Thibodeau because he's talking about he's been more vocal than any other player out there who's wants to do the same thing.
He's got some swag to him, man. I listened to 2 interviews today, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like he's definitely a confident dude, man.
Yeah,
but it's confident, like borderline arrogant, though. We're just.
Well, let me tell you something. You could be arrogant all you want, but when you're surrounded with a bunch of guys that are team players, your attitude changes quite quickly because you're a man alone at that point.
Yep.
And and as a rookie, you don't want to be a man alone because they won't exactly.
It's a hard level.
Just a couple of things. Enough with the negativity. Okay.
It's prime time, man. It's
not you guys. Not you guys. Not you guys. Not you.
What did I do tonight?
But some of the callers, and I respect their thing, but why do we always assume something bad's going to happen to us?
Exactly.
Last year we traded up. We were so excited. We got one of our guards, right? We hope we got our our quarterback, right? And then we ended up with a wide receiver we didn't anticipate getting. Is that luck? Maybe the tides have changed. We got a great running back. He's looking good. All right. So why can't something good happen to us this year? Who knows?
I agree.
Okay. And I love you, Kevin. But this insurance thing, what guarantee? No, and all the guys that say everyone. No, I know you've mentioned. We've talked about it, but there's others that think it should. Who's to say the insurance guy doesn't get hurt? If we always think someone's going to get hurt, then we're going to have to draft 7 guys just in case this next guy gets hurt. Becton had a freak injury. He got rolled on. He's not a chronic guy. Let's see what we have. Yes, maybe they thought it was going to be a 6 to 8 game injury. It turned out to be more. They could have turned around and said, listen, it ain't worth putting him back in. We're not really winning. We're not doing well. Let's get him back in full health because he was a first round pick. We don't know. But let's give it a chance. Okay. He's looking good, and for what we see, we'll see what happens at training camp. Okay. When he was in there, he was very good. So why do we give up on a guy who's very good all of a sudden because he got injured? Meanwhile, we were dying to have Scherf, who gets injured every year of his career, and we wanted to pay him $18 million to get him in because we wanted that guard. So, why are we?
But that's the thing, though. Like you have flexibility with both tackle spots right now. Like we're both are somewhat questions beyond this year. So yes, for one season, it's insurance, and that's like you get that with it. But for me, it's more I'm getting the best player available. I'm getting a building block that's going to protect my quarterback. That's why I'm doing it.
But you don't know
insurance
that.
for a year. You just suck that up. And if you need him,
you don't know that. I mean, you don't. You're taking a chance on a guy that looks good on tape, but how does he?
I mean, Douglas said it himself the other day when he met the media. Like you look 2-3 years in advance sometimes. Like when you're preparing your teams, you don't know. Like,
and he also said
solved right now. It might be a need tomorrow. Somebody goes down.
He also clarified, I want to get the best player available at a position of need, and that's going to be
if you're weighing a pass rusher versus an offensive lineman, you have them both very similar. You absolutely.
I mean, we still got a lot of holes to fill, but we have to get guys. We have to start winning games. We have to, hope that our team is going to be, are we going to just going through this every day that guys are just going to get hurt? It happens to everybody, but let's hope for the best. We got to be positive. We can't be negative every time that we're hoping that something. That's why we don't want to get good guys, because we know it's not going to happen, right? That's how we think, right? Because we're going to say we're never going to get this guy, so let's talk him down because we don't really want Debo because he only plays this. But meanwhile, we were dying to have him months ago. We were willing to trade for anybody. So we're going to be good.
I think the conversation starts where most people struggle is that if there is 3 pass rushers taken off the bat, if your guys are gone, if Hutson's gone, Thibodeau's gone, and just say Jermaine Johnson, whoever's gone, 3 guys are gone, you're getting your 4th pass rusher or Icky sitting there, and that's the best player on your board. And I understand. I completely understand it, man. I do. And it's like the Jets could draft him and say, you know what, he's a starting guy, and you could try to go trade Fant or do whatever you want. If that's what you want to do, more power to you. But
it's possible.
The scenario you said right there, I think, is the only one where they take it before.
And and it's very possible because they did sign Vinny Curry back.
Yep.
As an insurance policy. He's an insurance policy. You got Solomon Thomas. You got Huffback. Solomon Thomas is on there. I mean, they really are focusing on that defensive line. Yep. Okay, but we got anything that happens tomorrow. I don't see anything happening Thursday. It's got to happen. They got to, there's 1 year left on his contract. So I don't know how they're going to do that. He's still got a rookie contract, so he's got 1 year left, and he's only 2 years apart from Hill. The only thing difference is like Leger said, the body of work is been more with Hill. But the only thing I liked about what Leger said, anyone could run if they practice for 2 months on something. Anyone could run fast.
We've learned that, man, over the years.
Yeah. And also, I heard someone else, I forget who said, no wide receiver is running off of, like a sprint off the ground where he's sprinting. He's standing up. So there's a difference between fast and quickness as well. But I'm positive. I'm going to be positive. I'm not going to be worrying about this. I think our team's going to be real good. I think we're going to have a success this year. I think the kid's going to be much better. I do think I'm getting a feeling Linderbaum falls in the second round, just like
to the
Humphrey.
second round.
Yeah, I think so. Ooh. I think so. I think wide receivers are going to be picked more. I think they're going to go after guys. It's always offense, always what we can get. It's been all offense, because they see what happened with the Chiefs did. What the Chiefs did to the Bills. Bills were supposedly have a great defense. All of a sudden, these guys win 13 seconds and they won the game.
Well, you also see all these. You see what these receivers are getting paid now too. So if you have a guy that's a little bit further on, like what, we got to restart restacking our own locker room now because we got to replenish what we have.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun.
I'd feel, but wouldn't you feel a lot better, man, waking up tomorrow morning with Deebo Samuel as a Jet? My draft day stress would be so much more reduced than it is right now.
Well, right now it's 7:30 in the West Coast.
Yep.
So we can't go by what time it is here. Yeah. So that thing could go till midnight, till maybe 3 a.m. Yeah, I'd love to have that. Wake up and
feel a lot better about things.
But I think no later than tomorrow, if anything's going to happen. And listen, 10 is the most I give because 10 guarantees them the best possible wide receiver because they have to replace him because he was their best offensive weapon. So the Kansas City one doesn't do anything for them. The Eagles doesn't do anything. It pretty much gives them it gives them the best possible option for them as far as getting their best wide receiver. So I'm not giving them more than that.
Yep. I agree.
I agree. But I am going to. After this, if I have some time, I am going to go and see because I was looking for his show, but it wasn't mentioned. You weren't mentioned, so I didn't have a chance.
I get no play on that. I'm in the description. I didn't get no little highlight in there.
Yeah, which is bullshit.
I'm not important enough, man.
Well, that's why I keep telling you. You need a manager. You need a manager. You can't.
I know. I got screwed.
You gotta. You make. I'm telling you. I get a feeling you won't be on the show Thursday because you'll probably be. Zoomed in on NFL Network or ESPN.
That's right.
As a commentator.
Break my own news.
Yes, sir.
But I've noticed in the background you changed some paintings. You've spruced up the background.
That's right.
So listen, you get
making moves over here.
Yeah, and you do. It seems when you're just you're calm. You don't fight. You project better. Your intake is so much better. You're not arguing.
You're saying I bring out the worst in him.
Absolutely.
No, I think some of the callers do, but he picks on you as a relief. That's it, because you're there. You're there. He's not dropping you off of the screen.
See, I got a manager now. Balls could be my manager. So now I got it.
He's got balls. Yeah, that's what you need, isn't it? You need a manager. Balls. Guys, have a good night.
You too,
I'll
man.
see you Thursday. Let's be positive. It's
yes,
gonna
sir.
Be a good year. We're gonna have everybody intact, and we're gonna beat the shit out of teams.
Let's do it,
sir. Yes,
all
sir.
Right. Take care.
You too. All right. Before we do our cleanup hitter, let's see. Oh, thank you, Vinny. Appreciate it. V-Man could be my manager because he's got connections worldwide. That's what I'd be worried about. There was a good question back here. Something about the compensation for Deebo. The chat was going so busy, I missed it. It was a good thing about what your maximum was about giving away. I missed it though. It was a good one. But before we go to our cleanup hitter, we'll do our predictions real quick. So prime time, we will go with you first.
All right. So at pick number 1, I'm going to go against the grain here. I got Trayvon Walker going 1. I think the Lions, they go Hutchinson at 2. One way or another, I think that's going to be the first 2 picks, maybe vice versa. But I think Hutchinson and Walker go 1 and 2. At pick 3, I'm going to go with the Texans taking Sauce Gardner. So as the Jets, as we always complain that we're always one pick away from getting the player we need, Kayvon Thibodeau, he drops into the Jets' lap, and we take Jermaine Johnson. That's going to be our pick at 4. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be happy with it, but I've talked myself into Johnson a little bit more. You watch a little bit more tape on him. You definitely see the traits, the explosiveness. I think he's a bit more raw than Thibodeau, but he's definitely, I think, the best run edge defender in the draft. And a lot of tools to work with. So I wouldn't be too upset. I don't think he's going to be there at 10 either. At pick 10, I'm going with Deebo Samuel. I think that trade's going to happen, possibly even tonight. But if not tonight, then tomorrow. I think Douglas is all in on that. And if not, you're going to take your receiver there. I think it's going to be Jameson Williams if you're drafting one. I have him slightly ahead of Garrett Wilson. And just hearing that medically he's ahead of schedule, I think that makes it a no-brainer. You're getting the best receiver in the draft. And obviously you're a team that's planning for, I think, 2023 and beyond. So that just makes plenty of sense there. But I do think it's going to be Debo. And then you go to round 2. I'm taking – if I have to take both twos, I would do it. But I'm moving up. I'm getting back into the 20s. I'm taking Linderbaum there. To me, that's like the last piece of your offensive line right now. Obviously, I've gone through all the scenarios where, if Becton gets hurt, if you don't re-sign Fant, assuming everybody's healthy right now, I think McGovern, he's the one guy that you're looking at that's probably not part of your future. I don't think he's getting a contract beyond this year. So Linderbaum gives you that anchor under center for the next 10 years to work with Zach. So I'm moving up. I'm getting Linderbaum. And then with the other second-round pick, if I don't have to include both twos, with the other second-round pick, I'm looking at a linebacker, either Chad Muma or Brian Asamoah.
Oof, some heat right there, man.
Ooh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Tyrone, let's hear it.
Yeah, I'm going Walker, Hutchinson, Thibodeau, Sauce at 4. I got Johnson at 10. I'm taking Zion Walker at Zion Johnson at 36, and I'm taking Pickens at 38. 35. I'm taking Pickens at 38. That's how I'm looking at it.
Rizzo has 3 home runs tonight? Holy shit.
Yep, that's how I'm going. So,
all right. Are you guys ready for this? You're not ready for this. I know you guys aren't ready for this.
Don't give me no Kyle Hamilton at 10 bullshit.
No, I actually agree with you, Primetime. I think 10's going to the 49ers. I don't think we're going to have the 10th pick. I think the Debo Samuel deal's getting done by tomorrow. I think there's just way too much smoke around this. The Jets are talking about it. They want to sell tickets. They want the big name. They want the receiver. I think something gets done by tomorrow. I really do. I'd be shocked if it doesn't at this point. But I agree with you guys. I think it's going to be Walker, Hutchinson, Thibodeau, the first 3, and the Jets take Icky at 4. I think they're going to take an offensive lineman at 4. I think it just reached Joe Douglas. That's just it's his background. It's his belief. It's his value. And it's something I'm going to hate it, but I'm going to understand it. And I think that's where it's going to be. If we stay at 10, I'm going to go Jameson Williams there because I think he's the best player on the board, and they're going to say that's the best talent on the board, and they're going to stick with it. But what you do from there, we talked about it, you double down. But I have a funny feeling they're going to trade up. I don't think they're going to stay in the second round at 35. I think they move up to try to offset. I think they try to get an Olave or they try to get somebody else to help. It sounds crazy, but I just think they want insurance policy for Jameson Williams.
Williams and Olave?
Yeah, or it could be just they're trade for somebody. It could be. Yeah. I know they're high. Everybody's high on Watson too. You can go Watson. Somebody else. I just think
that you're saying.
Yep, I think so. I'm just crazy about receivers, dude. Yeah, I just think because if you take Jameson Williams, I just don't think. I think we all want to believe he's going to come back and play in September, October. I honestly think you could probably miss a good portion of this year, and you're not going to rush him back and do all these things. And it's just like, you know what? All right, we have our guy. That's fine. But guess what? Corey Davis can be gone next year. So if you're going to stick with the whole, we're not drafting for now, we're drafting for the future. Jameson Williams is kind of for the future, right? So you have your future guy, then you draft your guy for this year as well. Could be a surplus. If you have an abundance of, if you're willing to take offensive linemen when you have 2 good tackles, I'm willing to take 2 receivers with one that's injured, not sure when he's coming back, and then say, you know what, let's go crazy with it. So that's kind of where I'm at, man. And I think they will go safety too. I think if they don't trade up, I think the safety's gonna be a second pick too in the second round. There's a couple of them. Everybody's talking about Brisker and Sign, the other kid, but that's kind of where it's such an unpredictable first round where I kept changing my philosophies on it. Like I want Thibodeau really bad. I want a pass rusher desperately, but I just don't think it's going to happen, man. I just don't. I think everybody has the same thing. And Tyrone, you kept saying it. It's like Lovie Smith's not going to pass on defense, man. And Sauce Gardner may be the guy that may tempt them. They're going to want a pass rusher, dude. So. You know what I mean? It's just
Lovie Smith's not doing that.
No. So it's going to be
interesting. The only scenario I see at Kwanu is if the scenario you said you just replaced Trayvon Walker with Jermaine Johnson, because I don't think we would take Trayvon Walker at 4, but I think we would consider Johnson at 4.
Yeah,
so
and I know
that one I would see.
We're all done, then I think we would probably go.
And I know that. VJ, like I talked to him before the show too, and he was like, he loves Jermaine Johnson, dude. And he said because he was there, he was at the Senior Bowl, and he watched these guys firsthand in person. He's like. He was crazy impressed with Watson and crazy impressed with Johnson. He's like, that's because he was there. Like, you could actually sit there and watch them train and work out. But I'm like, is it that where you're like at 4, you take him? If the thing is, if Saleh takes him there at 4, He's a defensive guy. So you got faith in him. Like Rex Ryan. Whenever Rex Ryan's like a defensive player, like, you know what? I'm cool with it. I believe it. Let's go.
Yeah.
But I think it's offensive line. And my biggest fear, and I'll say this before Thursday, so I'm not going to be called a hypocrite, is the minute they draft Icky, the drama and bullshit surrounding this team will be back instantly. Is Becton on the hot seat? Is that and that? Who's going to be traded? And I have a funny feeling Becton will be on his social media probably it'll be a full circle.
It's gonna be ugly, bro. If we did that happens, bro.
Yep.
It's gonna be ugly, bro.
You know he will be too. Like it'll be like it's gonna be a very awkward situation for everybody involved.
Trade me.
But the thing is too, the game you're playing is George Fant is a very respected guy. He just got some kind of award tonight. So like he's a very respected guy in the locker room. He's supposedly earned his spot in the team, leader, this, that, and everything else. He drafted his replacement.
So was Fatukasi also. I mean, he was a captain.
Yeah, but I mean, this is they kind of named George Fant it's
he took the bag though. You can't be mad with that though, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They offered him. He went for the bigger purse. Can't be mad at that.
So we'll see. Like I said, we'll bring on Jose next, but that's just it's gonna be fascinating, man. I've changed it probably 4 or 5 times in the last 3 days. Yeah. But the more you read about it, the more you think about it. I think if Icky's there, they're taking him, dude. I just think they are, and I'm just gonna keep drinking my way right through it.
You'll hate it on draft night, but it's one of those picks. I think that 2-3 years from now, you'll love it.
Yeah, and it's funny because you have people saying, "Well, will Becton be ready for training camp?" I'm like, that fucking guy's not ready for training camp. We got bigger issues, man. Like, what is this medical staff doing? Like, what's everybody doing?
I'll save it for another night.
What's up,
God?
What's up, Jose?
My God. My God. So, you want me to do live lock 1, 2, 3, and then give you 4 and 10?
Yes, sir.
All right. Walker, Hutchinson, Thibodeau, you guys want some? You get some? That's 4.
Not Gardner.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Not Johnson. And if you guys keep 10, which is highly unlikely, then you get Johnson at 10. That's right. That's it.
So you get Sauce Gardner and Johnson?
Yep. And then in the second round, with the 2 second round picks, you get Zion Johnson, I believe is his name, guard.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Yep.
And then with the other second round pick, you get the receiver for North Dakota.
Yep, Watson.
Yep. Watson. Yeah.
So basically, you just stole Tyrone's ideas. Is all you did.
I did this a week ago.
Great minds think alike, baby. Great minds think alike, baby.
You just listened to Tyrone and took his ideas, man. That's all you did.
Well, I'll disagree with both of your first 2 picks. I don't think they're going corner that early, and I don't think Johnson's going to be there at 10.
All right. We'll see what happens.
So wait, Jose, what is your level of confidence that the Jets get Debo?
8. 8.
10. I like it.
So are you rooting for us to get Debo? Is a better question.
Yes.
Of course, right?
Yeah. Because I like you guys.
Of course.
And
we're easy to like.
And because I hate the Niners.
So Jose, how would you break down Tyrone's performance on the show? Do you like his first hour and 15 minutes of fury, or do you like the hour of silence? What do you prefer the most?
You gotta be careful when he's taking a sip. Can't stand that.
I'm gonna send you a bib, Tyrone.
That's what let's talk Jets bibs.
Don't forget prime time, 45-minute mark, man. We got to do more film breakdown tomorrow.
I got you. Okay.
So Jose, you like the good.
Yes, I like it when the bus does not kick in yet.
The bus is not kicking yet.
Yeah.
So Jose, the bigger question is, who do you want at 9?
Evan or Derek Stingley.
So would you want our 35th pick in Mekhi Becton for DK Metcalf?
No.
Come on, man.
No, quickly.
No.
Rude.
Give me 10 and
No, I'm not giving you 10. How about this? I got a better deal for you. This is a package you cannot refuse. It's impossible. It's impossible. Are you ready for this? I will give you 38.
Denzel Mims.
Denzel Mims.
And Makai.
Damn.
I knew I know you. I know you.
You know what? You know what? I'll take it back.
You gotta throw in P-Ryan. You gotta throw in P-Ryan.
No. I'm gonna make it even better for you, Jose. This because you have. I'm gonna address one of your major needs because you have a need closing your team. So I'm gonna give you 35.
Mike White.
35. Yes, he got it. Mike White, Denzel Mims, and 35. DK Metcalf is ours.
That's actually a solid deal. Solid deal.
I know you, you son of a bitch. I know you.
I'm here for the Mike White Stephen Smith battle.
So when do you want me to do my shotgun on Thursday?
During the draft, man. Right after the 4th pick.
After we take a quantum.
Right.
Yeah, because I'll be doing one too.
All right, I'll be here. All right, guys. By the way.
Yes, sir.
By the way, if anyone's interested in my Seahawks take, I did this or something like this last night on my channel with another Seahawks YouTuber.
Okay.
That is on my channel. I did it yesterday. He said he could do it yesterday or today. I told him I'm busy Tuesday. Let's do Monday.
I appreciate that.
Of course. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Cairo, buy a bib.
Damn.
And with that, God bless. I love you guys. I know.
Have a
good night.
Tyrone's completely distracted by the TV right now.
No. My son just told me something.
All right, so we will be. What time do we start Thursday night? 8 o'clock.
I'm down.
I'll be home.
I'll
I
be home
have
a
to
little
work,
earlier,
so
I
as soon
think.
as I get off work, I'll be there.
So you're gonna be late. Kevin, you be on time? Or is it gonna be me and
I'll
Legend
be
doing
good
this
to go
shit?
at like 7:30 probably.
All right, I can probably do like we have promotions on Thursday. I
Whatever
can probably do
you
like 7:40. Yeah. All right. And then when Tyro comes on, I'm gonna be boozing up like a bad dog. So look out for me. So we'll see you guys all Thursday night.
Later.